times a week.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
You gonna come to the Angels like that? Like we don't know about All-Star Game history. That's why we got the All-Star Game here.
Major League Baseball Productions presents This Week in Baseball, the show that goes beyond the game.
Go! Swung at it, belted! Oh, my God! This one is over.
With the 2010 All-Star Game on the horizon, let's take this time to meet the American League starters, as selected by the fans.
As your best left fielder in baseball right now, Carl Crawford.
I don't know if there's many left fielders in this league could have made this play.
He stole 5 or 6 bases last year in one game.
6 stolen bases ties a major league record.
He gets the job done.
And a line drive base hit. Braves win on the base hit by Crawford.
Big-time game winner right there.
Josh Hamilton, 48 for 102 in this month of June.
He's done it again. 21-game hitting streak.
That's one of the guys that I believe people really want to come and see and watch him play.
Hamilton gets a hold of that one. Bye-bye baseball. 21 home runs is tied for the major league lead.
Boy, that bat's like a magic wand in his hand.
He can hit left side, right side.
My, oh my, it just continues for Ichiro.
And when he wants to hit a home run, he can hit a home run.
Ichiro belts the ball deep to right field, and that will fly away.
He might be one of the best players ever.
Here is Big Bad Vlad. 12-game hitting streak, make it 13. He annihilates this thing. Way back. Vladimir lifting off right center field. It is gone! Vladimir tagged one left field. That ball taken off. The Rangers are going to win. Vlad Guerrero comes through.
Robinson Cano has become a real unbelievable hitter.
Robbie's got so much talent that nothing he does surprises me.
It is a grand slam by Robbie Cano. Don't you know?
He's as talented as anyone in the league.
Cano's second home run of the ballgame.
You cannot get him out.
A tremendous season for Cano continues. Evan Longoria will be the hitter. Goodbye, home run, upper deck, and then some. Evan Longoria.
He's gotten some big hits for us in big situations.
Way back it goes and gone. What a night for Evan Longoria.
Morneau is the tying run for the Twins. Swings and drives it to deep center. Way back, tie game. Justin Morneau with a 2-run home run.
Every time there's a man on first and we need a big hit, he hits a home run.
Well hit. Backing off Abreu at the track. He leaps up. He cannot get it. Touch them all. Justin Morneau.
Leaping catch, Jeter. Oh, what a play. Tremendous catch.
Captain Clutch of New York, Derek Jeter. He's done it on the biggest stage and biggest time.
At the wall. Game over. Yankees win and the series is tied.
He's that guy that always seems to come through.
It's a 2-run double for Jeter. He keeps the game alive.
Did he catch that? Oh, well played, Bauer.
He gets overlooked defensively because of his skills on the offensive side.
Way back, and a double for Bauer, and it's a 1-0 Twins lead.
It is out of here. Joe Mauer ties the game. Joe Mauer does it again.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Can you imagine the game played on anything less than the most beautiful grass you've ever seen? neither can we. Scott's, official lawn care company of Major League Baseball.
Sometimes the perfect thing to say is nothing at all.
You've met the American League All-Star starters. Here are the National League starting position players, as voted by the fans.
A fall and a flip, and there's one man down. Chase tracks it down, spins, stumbles, one-hop throw, dug out by Ryan Howard.
He has come up big. I think Chase really enjoys these types of moments.
And he rips one to deep right field, and that one is gone! Chase Utley is homered in 4 consecutive games.
Oh, hey.
Hanley really amazes you.
It's hit hard, one hop, backhanded on the ground by Ramirez.
He's a great shortstop. He makes everything look too easy. It shouldn't be that easy, but he makes it look easy.
Touch 'em all. Ramirez lights it up.
Kid's got so much talent, so much ability.
An all-star play from David Wright.
Oh, man, what a play that was.
David is going to be one of the best third basemen, that's ever come through New York City.
Wright with the diving stop.
Wright stretches out and throws him out.
David Wright with his 1,000th career base hit.
He just beats you in so many ways.
To be that good at something, you have to love it, tirelessly work at it.
A sensational play by Pujols.
Defense does the job.
The guy doesn't get as much publicity as he should, which is kind of odd considering what he's done.
Superman has done it again.
The guy that hits for that average, hits for that power, drives in those runs, doesn't strike out. I mean, he does everything you could ask.
You just don't run on Yadier Molina.
Yadier Molina came gunning out of there behind home plate.
Throw down the second, he's dead in a doornail. And Braun will murder a pitch high and deep to center.
To me, he's got a picture-perfect swing, and he's fun to watch.
Powering, 2-run homer.
He's been in the league 3 years, and what he's been able to accomplish is amazing to me.
And here's the kid. Swing and drive. Welcome to the show.
And this stadium is upside down.
After you get past the awe of seeing this kid who's 6'4" and 240 pounds and built like a brick house at 20 years old, you're going to be even more impressed.
How about this one? Drives it the other way. Hayward sends this one to deep left center.
That's what I like. Get it done, get it your trot, act like you've done it before.
Keep your waiting, and the pitch is swung on. A high drive to center. Back goes Rowan, way back. There it is. Grand slam number 1.
Every time he's up there in pressure situations, you always know something good is going to happen. And 95% of the time when he's been up there this year, it's always been something great.
3-3 game, bottom half of the ninth. Ethier swing. Center field. Ethier again. It's a grand slam. The Dodgers win.
And now here's Twibia. Torrey Hunter has represented both the Twins and Angels in the All-Star game. So we asked Torrey if he knew who the last player was before him to be an All-Star for those two teams. Was it Chili Davis, Bert Blyleven, Gary Gaetti, or Rod Carew? Torrey?
I would definitely have to say Rod Carew. He's made All-Star with the Twins. He's had a good career over there and with the Angels. So I definitely think it's Rod Carew. Am I right?
Yeah, you got it. An All-Star with the Twins from 67 through 78 and the Angels from 79 through 84.
Yes! Yes! In the face! Yes!
Next up, Holiday Inn presents Winning Road Trips, where we salute teams and players that have a knack for coming up big away from home.
He looks up, and it is gone.
No team has had more fun on the road the first half of the year than the Rays, who went 28-14.
Got the best road record in Major League.
Hey, babe. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Dad. Check out these calculators. Cool. Checklists.
Videos.
articles.
Worksheets. Tips.
Strategies.
They got tools.
Tools? One website to help you
save a little money.
Make a plan. Stay on budget.
Put some money in the bank. This will help me get your act together.
Oh.
Yeah. Stay on top of bills.
Have some breathing room.
Reduce taxes.
This is how we can get ahead of it.
Get started at bankofamerica.com/solutions.
Perfect.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Really? A sandwich to a restaurant again? Seriously?
Yeah. I need to save money somehow.
Unreal.
What?
The things people do to save money these days, when they could just call State Farm. You see, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. So talk to the people you trust. Then call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online and see how you could get discounts up to 40%.
Wait. When you're on a date, you bring two of those? Oh.
No.
Building families. Building traditions. Building communities. Building lives. Building what's important for more than 90 years. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
Everything worth listening to is on Sirius XM. The most commercial-free music. Play-by-play of every major sport. The best in talk, news, and entertainment. Everything you love, everything you want. Plus, new things to discover on over 130 channels. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of, including Major League Baseball on XM. Hear every team and every game. Plus, our exclusive 24/7 baseball talk channel, Sirius XM.
Rivals clash in New York as the Mets face the Braves. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Taco Bell. Today, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Time now for the Pepsi Refresh Project, where we take a fresh look at the men and moments in Major League history that helped change the world. From breaking down barriers to building up communities, Pepsi pays tribute to the power of refreshing ideas. If this year's All-Star Game is anything like the past, unforgettable moments can happen at any time.
What a catch by Hunter!
Oh! And some of those All-Star moments are truly iconic.
In 1934, Carl Hubbell's performance in that game, in a sense, put the All-Star Game on the map.
In his first inning of work, Hubbell faced perhaps the most fearsome threesome of any baseball lineup. A trio that had nearly 1,300 home runs between them at the time, beginning with the Babe.
What I tried to do was to strike Ruth out. He's the only one I was really trying to strike out.
And that's precisely what he did. But Carl was just getting started, for he then fanned both Lou Gehrig and Jimmy Fox. When he returned to the mound in the second inning, Hubbell whiffed both Al Simmons and Joe Cronin. He struck out 5 future Hall of Famers in a row.
And I don't think that feat has ever been equaled in baseball history.
Hubbell made all-star magic on the mound. In '71, Reggie Jackson electrified the crowd at the plate.
That home run that Reggie Jackson hit at Tiger Stadium was the hardest hit ball I ever saw.
There's a long drive. That one is going way up. No doubt about this one. A tremendous home run. That hit the transformer up there.
Everyone loves to watch a tape measure shot, and Reggie Jackson is no exception, especially when it's his own.
30 years earlier, also in the Motor City, fans had packed Briggs Stadium to watch Joe DiMaggio, who was in the midst of his 56-game hitting streak, batting back-to-back in the lineup with Ted Williams, who was hitting over 400 at the time.
They throw in where I'm swinging, and I'll be swinging. Might mean the old ball game.
Ted was a prophet, for in the 9th inning, with the AL down by 1,
So pitches, Williams swings as a high drive, going deep. It is a home run.
Oh, I was so happy and I was so proud. And I saw myself galloping around the base, clapping my hand.
Yes, hitting that home run in the All-Star Game in the 9th inning was certainly a big thrill, and I'll never forget the rest of my life.
We can only wonder if timeless moments like these will take place at this year's All-Star Game. For more information on how you can refresh the world, Log on to Pepsi Refresh Project at refresheverything.com to submit your ideas or to vote. Help make the world a better place. Our XM Radio Call of the Week celebrates an unforgettable comeback in Colorado, where the Rockies scored 9 runs in the 9th.
Swinging a drive to right field, down the line, it's gone! And the biggest comeback in Rockies history is complete!
Which brings us to Gillette's Rookie of the Month, honoring the top rookies in both leagues each month of the season.
Welcome to the show!
The Pirates' Pedro Alvarez hit his first big league home run this past week, the highlight of an 8-game hitting streak.
It's gone! El Toro strikes again. Fireworks are still going for Pedro Alvarez.
This Week in Baseball, presented by Pepsi, will be right back.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Congratulations to the winners of the Gillette Presents American League and National League Rookie of the Month Award.
Brennan Bosch, a 3-run shot. Look at Brennan Bosch do it again.
This young man is special, folks.
Gabby can do it. 3-run shot. Deep left field. Get out of here.
Tune in next month to find out who will win the next Gillette Presents American League and National League Rookie of the Month Award.
This summer, baseball's biggest event is hitting the coast. The 2010 All-Star Game, live Tuesday, only on Fox.
He's working for the common good. He's working for Dunder Mifflin. Now they're working together.
Very cool.
Catch The Office and My Name is Earl back-to-back 5 times a week.
The Office and My Name is Earl. Weeknights starting at 10 on Fox 18.
This fall, get in on the fun. Get to know the lingo.
Sticky flapjack.
Sacramento turtleneck, a greasy kayak.
Don't make it sound ridiculous. It's a cockamouse.
How I Met Your Mother. Get into it 5 days a week.
Coming this fall to Fox 18. The Dodgers are in. Weekdays at 5 on Fox 18.
To play good baseball, you've got to execute the fundamentals of the game.
Fundamentals, youngsters. Keep working at it. Uh-huh.
And who better to learn from than the experts at MLB Network with this week's Diamond Demo.
Hey, welcome to Studio 42. I'm Harold Reynolds, and this is Barry Larkin, and this is MLB Network's Diamond Demo. This week, we're going to talk to you about the relay throw from the outfield to the shortstop.
Sherholtz, the throw, the cutoff to third. They got him. What spectacular defense.
Thinking around 3. He's not missing a beat. The relay, the slide.
If I'm the shortstop, we're going to go to third base right now. I'm going to give the outfielder a nice target. He's going to hit me, glove side. I'm going to try to make sure that I move my feet to catch the ball on glove side, prepare my feet to throw the ball to the third base.
Look at hitting the cutoff, man. There's not even a shuffle step there. Textbook perfect.
Quick question. Where should I throw the ball as the outfielder? Where do you want it?
Well, you try to throw it in the chest. It's the infielder's job to move his feet to catch the ball on the glove side. So as long as you hit me, I'm giving you a target. Just make sure you hit me and try to hit me in the chest.
All right, that's good stuff. That's this week's MLB Network Diamond Demo. We'll see you next week.
Traditionally, pregame ceremonies at All-Star games have honored legendary players. But something special took place last year in St. Louis when baseball paid tribute to the stars of our communities with All-Stars Among Us. Messages of thanks from the 5 living presidents recognized 30 individuals whose acts of kindness, compassion, and commitment have impacted the lives of others.
I hope tonight's showcase of service will be an inspiration, a model for what is possible, and a call to action.
Like Ryan Housley of Atlanta, whose conversations with his brother overseas grew into an effort to support others serving their country far from home.
We were sending him care packages. He was like, thanks, but I really need this, or I really need that. The light bulb kind of went off, and we're like, maybe we need to customize these care packages for the troops a little more.
So Ryan founded Hero Box, an organization that creates and ships custom care packages for those serving abroad.
Hero Box is for the soldiers that don't have a strong support system back home, or the families can't afford to take care of them. That's what we're here for, to take care of them.
All Stars Among Us also honored California's Christine Shively, who simply had a hobby.
I loved crocheting. I was making caps in my spare time. I had such a great time making caps that I didn't know what to do with all the caps that I had made. So I said, what if I started a charity and made caps for cancer patients and other people in need?
Knots of Love is just a small act of kindness, but it can mean so much to those suffering through difficult times.
The very first time I knew that it was the right thing to do was when I got my first thank you note from a cancer patient. They told me how happy they were and how pretty it made them feel. And that's when I knew that it had to continue.
Making life easier for cancer victims was also the goal of Richard Neris, who founded the Emilio Neris Foundation, offering information and support to families whose children are stricken by the disease.
It's named after our son Emilio. He was diagnosed with cancer when he was 3 years old. During his treatment, my wife and I were very lucky to have a support system, but we noticed that many families did not. After Emilio passed away, we realized that there's a need for other services to help these families get through this terrible, terrible journey.
Richard also started the Ride with Emilio program, which provides families with transportation to and from their treatments.
You ready today? You doing okay? Yeah. We'll be there in a few minutes? Okay. When people ask me why I do this, it's because of my son. It is my son that inspires me, and he's always been the driving force.
These All-Stars Among Us, along with 27 others, were part of last year's moving and inspirational pregame ceremony. This Tuesday, another group of All-Stars Among Us will be introduced before the All-Star Game in Anaheim. Be sure to tune into Fox before the game to meet the honorees. And for more information, go to peopleallstars.com. You too can go all out for your community. Find out how to get your local ballpark chosen to receive a big league makeover and how to win a new Chevy by logging on to ChevyBaseball.com. Chevy and Scott's, building diamonds and dreams.
This one's gonna do it. She is out of here.
Our State Farm Big League Blast this week pays tribute to Gentleman Jim, who passed Harmon Killebrew on the all-time home run list.
Jim Thome drills this one and is now all alone in 10th place on the all-time home run list in Major League Baseball. Congratulations, Jim Thome.
Good conditioning and proper nutrition make you a better athlete. So here's our tip of the week, as One A Day presents Step Up to the Plate for Your Health.
Hey fans, I'm Roger, the Milwaukee Brewers head athletic trainer. Even if you aren't looking to build muscle, strength training is an important part of any exercise program. It can help prevent osteoporosis, improve balance, mental health, and help with sleep.
For more healthy tips, log on to AskMLBTrainer.com. This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
Give yourself an edge. New One A Day Men's Pro Edge. A complete multivitamin with more magnesium to help support healthy muscle function. More B vitamins to help convert food to fuel. More confidence in a healthy you. New One A Day Men's Pro Edge.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
See that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
I like your messy hair. I like the clothes you wear. I like the way you sing. And when you dance with me, you always make me smile. Don't know why. I love you.
We believe you're at your best when you can truly be yourself. And at Holiday Inn Express, you always can. Holiday Inn Express. Stay you.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, really? A sandwich to a restaurant again? Seriously?
Yeah, I need to save money somehow.
Unreal.
The things people do to save money these days, when they could just call State Farm. You see, State Farm insures 40 million drivers. That's more than Geico and Progressive combined. So talk to the people you trust. Then call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online and see how you could get discounts up to 40%.
Wait. When you're on a date, you bring 2 of those? Oh.
No. To stay on top of my game after 50, I switched to a complete multivitamin with more. Only One-A-Day Men's 50+ Advantage has ginkgo for memory and concentration, plus support for heart health. That's a great call.
One-A-Day Men's. NL East rivals clash in the Big Apple as Wright leads the Mets against the Braves. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Taco Bell. Today, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
And now the plays of the week, featuring the Gaslight Anthem and their song Boxer from the album American Slang.
You can put it on the ball. Are you kidding me?
It doesn't matter. We can say whatever. They're not going to play it.
What an unbelievable catch.
Say something?
I don't want to say nothing. Bauer drives it to center. Leaping catch by Zobrist. And over the shoulder, he makes the catch. What a play from the former Gold Glover Albert Pujols. And there's another home run for Albert Pujols. Driving it. It's going to go. Josh Hamilton. Home run.
Can't wait to watch you hit.
573 for Tim Thome.
Can't wait to watch you hit right now.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
And it's now all alone. It's tenth place with 574. Come on over, boys.
Short center.
Torrey drops the ball. Guzman boots it.
Sun's not directly behind home plate now. The shadows make it a little more difficult.
Who's putting mustaches on my bobblehead? Showing me no love out there.
Gorgeous play. Diving stop, indeed.
So what do you like more, infield or outfield?
Dives and he made the catch. Great catch to take an extra base hit away.
Full panic mode in the batter's box. I don't know what this guy's got. I'm like, okay, cutter, eater. Oh, look, there's a curveball. Okay, see that one. Hardest hand slap in the league. Gabe Kepler.
Dives and makes the catch. Santana cracks one deep right field. That ball is a hitter. He did it. His first major league home run. This game is over. It's another walk-off for the Nationals. The greatest punt from behind win in Colorado Rockies history.
How about that?
This Week in Baseball has been sponsored by Pepsi, by Bank of America, Chevy, Gillette, Holiday Inn, One-A-Day, Scott's, SiriusXM, and by State Farm. Be sure to keep up with TWIB on both Facebook and Twitter. For This Week in Baseball, I'm Buzz Brainerd. So long, everybody.
So many unforgettable moments in All-Star Game history.
They take a home run away from Barry Bonds. Throw by Hart. Save.
What can we expect this year? All-Star Game. Check it out on Fox.
My life is so busy. Sometimes I don't remember to take my birth control every day.
You know, our kids are all grown. But I still don't know if I want a permanent method of birth control. I need a birth control method that works for me.
Discover new reversible methods for reliable long-term birth control. Call Edgerton Women's Health Center today to schedule a consultation and ask if you qualify for free services.
How I Met Your Mother, coming this fall to Fox 18.
Matt sells trucks, and I'm jealous because here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, all he really has to do is say, hey guys, did you know the F-Series is the best-selling truck in America for the last 33 years? Or, pardon me, sir, did you know the Ford Ranger is the most fuel-efficient pickup in the country? Now his job's even easier because the deals are even better. Unbelievable. Matt, how you doing? Get you anything? Latte? Nah, he's good.
Got an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 in savings plus $1,000 bonus cash.
In other words, they're built Ford tough, right? I could do this all day.
Signal. Airborne, beautiful, and strong. There to ensure the most powerful transmitter is you. Rule the air.
The MLB All-Star Game. The World Series. Super Bowl 45. The Daytona 500. And the UEFA Champions League Final. The world's biggest events are on Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports!
Today on Fox Saturday Baseball, the summer's heating up, and so are the pennant races. We've got an NL East showdown in the Big Apple. David Wright and the Mets look to close the gap on the first-place Braves. Speaking of first place, who's going to take the lead in the AL Central? Can the Twins tame Miguel Cabrera and the first-place Tigers? And it's always hot and sunny SoCal. We're in L.A. as the Cubbies come to the unfriendly confines of Dodger Stadium. So stay cool because it's starting to sizzle. Fox Saturday Baseball starts right now. Welcome to the Taco Bell pregame show on Fox. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Tuesday night we'll be in Anaheim, California, but today we are just down the road in L.A. where it was on-field photo picture day. All right, on three, smile and say Vuvuzuela. Jonathan Broxton will represent the NL in the All-Star Game, and that guy, Andre Ethier, will be there as well, but today they're dealing with the Cubs. And with that, hi, everybody. We welcome you to Fox Saturday Baseball, presented to you today by Taco Bell. In just a few minutes, if you were going to stay out west for the battle between the Cubs and the Dodgers, most of you will send off to New York, where the weather has been iffy, but the tarp is off the field for the Braves and the Mets. David Wright will be in Anaheim. He is tied for the NL lead in RBIs, while Martin Prado of the Braves leads the league in hitting. And the rest of you get a huge AL Central series in Motown. Joe Mauer was the leading All-Star vote getter, but it's fellow All-Star Miguel Cabrera that has been ripping up the league all season long. All right, speaking of All-Stars, one of the best pitchers in the game is on the move for the third time in less than a year. Last July, you'll remember, Cliff Lee was dealt from Cleveland to Philly, in the offseason traded to Seattle, and yesterday got moved to first place Texas, where he's going to start tonight against the Baltimore Orioles. Lee was the centerpiece of a six-player swap that landed switch-hitting first baseman Justin Smoke and three prospects up in Seattle. Lee's a free agent at season's end and is seen as a rental for the rest of the season. All right, so did you catch the huge decision on Thursday? I'm not talking about LeBron-a-Palooza, but the decision by baseball fans to vote Reds first baseman Joey Votto and Yankees outfielder Nick Swisher into the final two slots in the All-Star Game, which you can catch right here Tuesday, July 13th at 8 Eastern on Fox. Now for Swisher, he now one-ups his father. So let's get to know why the All-Star Game festivities are so special for Swish and other big leaguers.
I'd say my first memory is probably my father's ring. That would come to mind. You know, he was an All-Star in 1976, and he's still all over me about that he has one and I don't. But I told him I have a World Series and he doesn't. So, but I'd like to get one of those, man. I think that's a great honor.
To be able to walk out onto the field, being known as an All-Star to me was like the best moment that I'll ever remember.
Best memory is kind of watching the Home Run Derby. I used to watch it with my dad, and Ken Griffey Jr. would get up there with his backwards hat, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And my dad was kind of like, "That's not how you play baseball, you know, with the backwards hat." And I'm like, "It's Ken Griffey Jr., you know, like he's the best of all time."
Getting the best seat in the house to watch what Hamilton did was pretty amazing. For a visiting player to go into Yankee Stadium and get an ovation like he did, and just watching the show that he put on, that was a lot of fun.
Ichiro coming out of nowhere and saying, "Let's kick their but it was when I came in, I got to face Bonds, and sure enough, I get in a 3-2 count, and I either walk him and get booed, or I give up a home run and everybody cheers. You know, it was a tough spot. I didn't want to give up the home run, but it was better than walking him.
We are getting ready for baseball here on Fox. Some of you will see the Cubs take on the Dodgers. Most of you will see an NL East battle between the Braves and the Mets. The rest are off to Motown for the Twins and the Tigers. First pitch is next on Fox.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Carbine give you that queasy feeling inside? Well, take 2 of these and see us right away. We've got your remedy to save you money. Here's your prescription to healthy Carbine. Take 3.9% financing, mix it with no money down, and with over 700 vehicles in stock, you'll feel great. Get 2009 Impala, 65 to choose from with miles as low as 7,000. Many loaded with leather moonroof Bose sound system, starting at $13,888 or just $233 per month. You gotta go green. Green Chevrolet, Avenue of the Cities in East Moline.
Join Jake's tour of duty on 2.5 Men. The mission, band with your brothers.
Do you think I've been a good role model?
Are you kidding? You have different women here practically every night. You're the best role model a guy could want.
Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
Hi, I'm Sonia Walls. Join me every Wednesday for Your Health Matters. I'll bring you the latest health information and medical breakthroughs to help keep you and your family safe and healthy.
Your Health Matters, Wednesdays on the Fox 18 9 o'clock news. Brought to you by Trinity.
Welcome to a beautiful day in Southern California, and welcome to the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. Dodger fans are filing in, and off we go on the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. The Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Joe Buck. That is Tim McCarver, and it's a matchup of these two clubs, and really for the Dodgers, Tim, perception is very much different than reality.
There's no question about it because as far as the Dodgers are concerned, only 2 games back, and the perception is that they're farther back than they really are. The reality, only 2 games back, and I think because of that, Joe Torre is perhaps doing the best managing job of his career.
Which is saying a lot when you talk about a manager like Joe Torre. On the other side, you've got the Chicago Cubs. It has been a frustrating 2010, and what they're looking at now are some of the kids who will be on display in this game today. Guys like Starlin Castro, their shortstop, Tyler Colvin, their right fielder, Cashner coming out of the bullpen. They will be sellers, not buyers, coming up at the trading deadline. So it is a matchup of the Dodgers and the Cubs, and it has been really a different story for each side. A lot of frustration for Chicago. The Dodgers right in it in the NL West. Baseball coming your way next on Fox.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
Beer and wine and cupcakes. I was doing the corporate grind like everyone else. But to be successful, I knew I had to be different. Ink, 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 ink. I mean, I love that card. It does things differently, too. Great customer service, going above and beyond to help me out as a small business. It's accepted in twice as many places around the world as American Express. And if I ever need to give my employees ink cards, they're free.
Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
After using Rogaine for a while, I went to my stylist and she said hair was growing back. I was like, yes, this works.
Only Rogaine is proven to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
And that's it.
Stop losing, start gaining.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Was Abe Lincoln honest?
Does this dress make my backside look big?
Perhaps a bit.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Making his first start of this season.
Oh, well, I'm going out west where I belong.
The
2010 All-Star Game. Live Tuesday, only on Fox.
Look at that. It is fair. It's 75 degrees in Los Angeles. Late arriving crowd should be a big one before we're finished here this afternoon, the Cubs and the Dodgers. And this game is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of the thirst inning. It's a beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Budweiser, it's what we do. About the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Cubs. Taco Bell think outside the bun. John Eli has to take on Ryan Theriot. Tyler Colvin, the rookie right fielder. Derek Lee at first. Aramis Ramirez has been hot on this trip. Marlon Byrd has been hot all year. He's an all-star. Soriano in left. Starlin Castro is the shortstop. Giovanni Soto is the catcher. Tom Gorzolani pitches and bats ninth. And there are the numbers for John Eli. A record of 4-6, and it has been, Tim, a roller coaster ride for him in his rookie season.
Only 24 years old, grew up in the Chicago area as a White Sox fan. And Joe Torre and Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach, trying to tell John just to slow things down, not such a frenetic pace. That's common with rookies. And as Joe Torre said, because he does not throw that hard, he must stay ahead of the hitter.
That was the sprint pitcher profile for John Eli. And here is the defensive alignment for the Dodgers. It's brought to you by Scott's. And it looks like this. Xavier Paul is back. He's now in left field today. Matt Kemp is in center. Ethier in right. Some changes on the infield with Belliard and Carroll getting the starts because of the lefty Gorzolani. And A.J. Ellis does the catching instead of Martin, who went deep last night with a 3-run shot. And here is Ryan Theriot. The Cubs travel well. They have fans across the country, and so a nice round of applause for Theriot, who's hitting .277 overall, but he has been slumping and trying to get it back together and jumpstart this Cubs offense. Final weekend before the All-Star game on Tuesday night. Fastball, where Eli will hit 90. That's about as hard as he'll throw, as high for ball one. Right over the top and in for strike one.
You make an interesting point saying that if you see blue in the stands today, it could be either Dodger or Cub fan.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch and a ground ball to short. Picked up by Furcal. Man, has he played great. Should be an all-star. He is not. One out. 4 keys to the game for the Dodgers and Cubs.
Well, remember the Arizona. What we mean by that is the Cubs went and got their second sweep of the year from Arizona. Then they came here to Dodger Stadium and lost the first 2 games. As far as the Dodgers are concerned, get runs early for Eli.
Eli takes care of the leadoff man, and now we'll deal with Tyler Colvin, who is in the top 10 in the Triple Crown categories among rookies in the National League. Takes a strike. You see, he's popped 12 home runs. He had a 2-homer game last weekend against Cincinnati. A game that the Reds hit 7 home runs against Chicago pitching. That's a ball. And it's 1-1. Colvin is number 6 among rookies in average, number 1 in home runs, and number 6 in RBIs. And he's just now getting a full taste of regular action in the outfield as a starter for Lou Piniella.
Just like Billy Williams did back in 1961, holding the Cub rookie record for home runs with 25.
Changeup fools him in the count 2-2.
Good changeup. Joe, you're talking about over the top. Every pitching coach in the major leagues would prefer their young pitchers to avoid injuries and throw in that position with the arm above the head.
Here's
not
a 2-2.
dropping down.
And a little chopper to short. Easy for Furcal. Has a great arm and shows it off 2 out.
For the Cubs, first baseman, number 25,
Seriously, you interrupt me one more time and we're going to have trouble.
Okay.
Here are the stats. First 7 starts, 3-2 record, good ERA. Everybody kind of fell in love with that frenetic energy on the mound. And last 6 starts, not good, including his last time out. 6 runs, 9 hits, and just 2 2/3 on Monday night against the Marlins. That's outside ball 1.
So this is not a rehearsal for Tuesday night.
No,
right?
no, absolutely not. This is a big league ball game. This is a Saturday with the Cubs and the Dodgers.
All right.
The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike to Derek Lee. These are two teams that first met in Brooklyn in 1890. And it's stunning how even the matchup has been since the latter days of the 19th century. There it is. Cubs have won 1,017 times against the Dodgers. The Dodgers 3 more wins, and they've tied 14 times. As a line drive is into center for a base hit by Derek Lee. There weren't lights anywhere for the longest time. There weren't lights until the late 80s in Chicago at Wrigley Field.
The last time the Chicago Cubs, of course, won the World Championship, 1908. The last time the Dodgers won a World Championship, 80 years later, 1988. Great, memorable Kirk Gibson's home run. And who's the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks now? Kirk Gibson.
There's Lou Piniella. Last year of his deal, it turned 67 next month. There's a strike to Aramis Ramirez, who's putting together a good road trip. Been dealing with a bruised left thumb. Lou Piniella, been a frustrating year. He got off to a great start in the corner of the Cubs dugout. He won the division. The Cubs did in 07 and 08. They were swept in the divisional series each year. Last year, 83 and 78. This year, 38 and 49. 11 games under 500 and 10 and a half out behind Cincinnati. Here's a 1-1. It's foul. Strike 2. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 48 and 38. They've won 8 of 11. Kind of took off after the Yankees left town. They're just 2 games out behind San Diego and tied with the Rockies in second place in the NL West. Ken Rosenthal is with us, and there is so much to talk about with Ken here today. That's to third. Carroll backs up, goes the short way, and gets the out at second. 1 left for Chicago. Bottom of the first. Gorzolany to the mound. No score.
People don't just come to GE Capital for money. They come to us for help. At GE Capital, we've been financing Taylor guitars for over 8 years, helping them build a strong dealer network, bringing music to people. I like that.
I didn't know you could play.
I didn't either.
Coppertone Sport outshines. It protects you from the most damaging rays across 100% of the UVA-UVB spectrum, and the protection stays on better because it's ultra sweat-proof. Coppertone Sport outshines, so you can enjoy the sun.
Take care of your engine, and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One-A-Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus, now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Whoa. Gotta make your heart race, huh?
I hosted dinner, and it's top secret.
On July 30th, many are called, but only one will be chosen.
First prize goes to the biggest idiot.
She's talking to the lobster.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I am making you say everything that I say.
Yeah, but I'm saying it first.
Are you?
Oh my gosh.
I'm a naughty schoolgirl. You look a little old to be a schoolgirl.
You are a wise man. As are you.
Dinner for Schmucks. Rated PG-13.
Tom Gorzolany, the left-hander, goes to the hill. It's always been a great mound. Pitchers love pitching on that mound here at Dodger Stadium. It's always been that way. Back with Drysdale and Koufax and all the great Dodger pitchers used to call that place home. Here's the Dodgers starting lineup brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. For Carl, Carroll, then Ethier in the middle, Kemp, Loney, and Belliard. And the bottom 3, A.J. Ellis, Xavier Paul, and John Eli, who had an uneventful first inning. Bats in the number 9 spot. Here is Gorzolany, who his pitching role has been tied to the behavior of Carlos Zambrano, and when they put him on the restricted list, Gorzolany went back from the bullpen to the rotation.
Back into the rotation now, and Lou Piniella looking for at least 7 innings out of Tom this afternoon.
Here's Furcal. We'll give you the sprint pitcher profile for Gorzolany in a moment. Misses outside. Gorzolany made his second start since coming back from the bullpen because of the blow up and the behavior of Carlos Zambrano his last time out. He went 5. He got a victory. It was his first since the 19th of May. He walked 6 at Arizona, but got a 9-4 win through 103 pitches because of all those walks. Didn't really get a lot of work out of the bullpen when he was demoted, if you want to put it that way, to the pen when Zambrano came back to the rotation. 1 out. As Furcal fouls out, he's been absolutely red hot. And here's the sprint pitcher profile for Gorzolany.
Yeah, we talked about that. Lou wanting 7 innings out of him. He's finally in the rotation. And if he keeps his pitch count down and keeps the, everybody talks about a pitch count, they never talk about a run count. If you keep your pitch count down and your run count up, you're going to be gone sooner than 7 innings.
With 1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch up and away to Jamie Carroll, who's hitting .290 and has been a good addition to this Dodger team. Got a lot of work at short. That pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Al Friedman, our fantastic camera operator up here in the booth, is excited on a Saturday. Here's a 2-hopper that gets under the glove of Ramirez. And no chance for Castro. 1 on, 1 out. I don't think Ramirez ever touched it. He tried to get it on a short hop and just missed it.
Well, in the Dodger dugout, when a ball like this is hit, the guys in the dugout are saying, stay down. That ball actually came up, should have been fielded by Ramirez. And because of that, it is an error on Aramis Ramirez.
His 10th of the season. And it's 1 on, 1 out for Andre Ethier. Not only the Dodgers right fielder, but a National League All-Star. And it was certainly deserved, the honor. Ethier been talked about so much. I mean, we've done a few Dodger games and I bring it up every time, but Andre was hitting .392 when he went down with a broken pinky. That slowed him, but overall he's still hitting .322. Second best average in the league, and he leans back from strike 1. See if Gorzolany can get around the error by Ramirez. Mention Ethier's average second in the league. Gorzolany delivers, and Ethier hits it to center. Back is Bird at the wall for out number 2. A loud second out. Back to first is Jamie Carroll.
Dustin Pedroia was a teammate of Andre Ethier at Arizona State. He said when Andre was in college, he used to hit a lot of balls only to the track. He said, but now he's carrying balls out of the ballpark. Not that one. That was a track power there. But of course, it was just straightaway center field.
Dodgers are playing in their lineup today without DeWitt at second, without Martin behind the plate, and without Casey Blake at third. Joe Torre wanting to get those players a rest. So a little different look to this Dodger lineup, and instead of jumping up 2-0 on a home run by Ethier, it fell just short. Here's Kemp. Takes a strike. Matt was benched for 3 games after getting into it with bench coach Bob Schaefer, and since that benching, he's hitting .310, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Kind of woke him up a little bit. His base running's been better as well. 5 for 5 in his last 5 stolen base tries. 0-1 pitch is inside, a ball and a strike.
You know, Joe, when you think about it, in baseball, as in life, one-on-one meetings are better than meetings with a group. And that's what Joe Torre had with Matt Kemp. One-on-one. And it's worked.
And even after that meeting, both Kemp and Torre declined to talk about what the discussion was really about. Here's a close play at second, but out. The force out. 5-4. Each side strands a runner in the first. And we go to the second here at Dodger Stadium. We'll look at the 110 headed toward downtown. No score.
First is fast. First is 4G, but plays nice with 3G as well. First has an 8-megapixel HD camera and can stream live video to the web. First has an HDMI out. First shares Wi-Fi with 8 devices at once. First is not Stephen First, who played Flounder in Animal House. First has a kickstand for watching video. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Do you smell bacon? Oh, yeah, it's a Bacon Club chalupa. Guys love bacon.
Hey, how's it going?
Irresistible. Taco Bell's Bacon Club chalupa is back. Bacon lovers rejoice.
Smells good.
Here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, Joel's daughter has fallen in love with Ford Focus. And really, who can blame her? Focus is good looking and very smart. That Sync technology is like a giant brain. And now, Ford Focus is highest ranked in initial quality. Very attractive. As for Joel, he's not losing a daughter. He's gaining a Focus.
Hurry into the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event and get a Focus for 0% financing for 60 months.
What are you waiting for? Drive one.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
Pepsi's spending millions to fund refreshing ideas. Vote for ideas you care about at refresheverything.com.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. By Ford, Drive One. And by Sprint, the Now Network. Couldn't be a better day. A hazy start to this Saturday in Los Angeles, but it's been cleared away, and John Eli got around a 2-out hit by Derek Lee in the first. He'll deal with Marlon Byrd, Soriano, and Starlin Castro here in the second. Cubs had a homestand where they lost 5 of 7. They went to Arizona and swept the Diamondbacks. Cubs at that point had gone 1-10 in their last 11 series, and then they came here to LA after pounding out 23 runs in that 3-game set at Arizona, and they have been shut down for the most part by the Dodgers. In fact, they struck out 13 times as a team on Thursday, 13 times as a team last night. That's a lot. Here's a 2-0 pitch, skips in 3-0, and Eli is behind on the count to Marlon Byrd, who is 7 for 9. He's one guy who's remained hot, 7 for 9 since coming here to LA. 3-0 pitch, high, and a 4-pitch walk. Leadoff man is on, and Soriano will be the hitter.
Left fielder, number 12.
Is Ken Rosenthal engaged with us here this afternoon? Do we have the services of Kenny?
Yes, I'm here, Joe.
All right. There's so much to talk to you about. First of all, Cliff Lee went yesterday to the Rangers. Was it ever even a possibility for him to go to the Dodgers?
No, it wasn't, Joe. The Dodgers just didn't have the right kind of match. The key player in that trade going from Texas to Seattle was a first baseman named Justin Smoak. Young, major league ready guy. And the Dodgers prospects, most of them are further away from the majors. So what the Mariners wanted was someone like Kemp or Loney or Billingsley or Kershaw. And for a contending team, that just didn't work.
First pitch, a ball to Soriano. So the first 5 have missed from Eli. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody had Cliff within the span of 24 hours, Ken, going to the New York Yankees. How'd that thing fall apart with New York?
That's a good question, Joe. It fell apart because the Mariners got nervous about the physical condition of the second player in the deal, a Double-A second baseman named David Adams. Now, this kid had been on the disabled list since May, and you wonder why all of a sudden the Mariners got skittish, but that's what happened. And when they told the Yankees that, the team started discussing other players, and the Yankees actually had agreed to send an A-ball pitcher in the deal instead. But by then, the Mariners were again engaged with the Rangers. They wanted Smoak all along, and in the end, they got him.
So it seems like, in a way, the Mariners used the Yankees to up the ante from the Texas Rangers to get Smoak and make the deal better.
That's true. And one of the debates over the last 24 hours or so is...
Here's a play by Furcal as he gets Soriano down to second as Marlon Byrd 1 out. Go ahead.
One of the debates within the game, Joe, is just how much the Yankees were used or whether this was just kind of race riding, as they would call it in horse racing. Something that is within the rules, but kind of bordering the ethical line. And some of the Yankees people were rather upset. They had a deal pending the review of the medical records, and some people believe that once that is in place, that's it. You go from there. But other people with the Yankees say, listen, until it's done, it's not done, and that's why it ended up the way it did.
Batter is the 20-year-old Starlin Castro, and he gets one off the end of the bat into center for a base hit. Here comes Marlon Byrd. The throw by Kemp to the plate. In time, safe as Ellis drops the ball. And Chicago takes a 1-0 second inning lead.
You baseball fans have heard a lot about hitting the cutoff man. When you don't hit the cutoff man, normally you give the catcher a bad hop. That's an in-between hop. First baseman James Loney. He's at the mound. He replaces the pitcher. The ball's over his head, so therefore the hop is bad to A.J. Ellis, and the Cubs not only score their first run but get a guy in scoring position.
Here's a fly ball into deep left center field. That ball is gone off the bat of Giovanni Soto, and just like that, it's 3-0 Chicago. Eli's talking to himself, and Soto's staying hot. And the Cubs have put up 3 here in the second inning in L.A.
You know, the other side of getting ahead of the hitter is what the hitter does when you're trying to get ahead of him. He hits the first pitch. That's what Castro did. That's what Giovanni Soto did.
And for Soto, Tim, that's now 6 home runs of his 9 that he's hit that have been hit on the first pitch.
Man.
So he goes up there ready to take a rip. And there's what he's done the last 4 games. He stays hot as Gorzolani now has a 3-0 lead. He's in the hole 0-2. Last 4 games, he's now gone deep with that one. He's 7 for 14, and again 6 of his 9 home runs have come on the first pitch as Eli gets his first strikeout of the day. And the second out here in the second inning. When you look at the Cubs and you look at this situation, Aramis Ramirez, he's had a good road trip, but he's hitting basically 200. He's got the bruise in his left thumb. He hasn't been at all what the Cubs expected. Derek Lee's production is way down. His average is down. Soriano's been okay. They've had to dip down into the Double-A ranks to get their shortstop in Castro. Soto is just now coming on. You combine that with in-and-out pitching and your opening day starter in Carlos Zambrano, who's on the restricted list and going through anger management issues. A bullpen that features one rookie after another. Ted Lilly, who's been awful his last 2 starts. It's easy to see why the Cubs are 10 games, make it 11 games under 500, 10.5 games out in the NL Central.
Their offense has just been horrible, and here's an example. They have scored 3 runs or less in 19 losses. They've lost 19 games when they've scored 3 runs or less. To give you an idea, when the Yankees have scored 3 runs or less, the Yankees are 44-2.
Here's another walk, second in the inning. It goes to Terrio.
So the pitching's been there. The 19 losses when allowing 3 runs or less. 57 unearned runs allowed, the most in Major League Baseball.
And the guy who's just given up 3 runs gets a visit from Rick Honeycutt and the rookie John Eli. He thought he had an out at the plate when Ellis couldn't make the play, and then after giving up the home run on the first pitch to Soto, he starts talking to himself, and Tim, this is the guy. And he's a rookie. He's 24 years old. He's not an overpowering guy. He got off to a great start, but this is the spot. The Dodgers have had 4 very good starts in a row. Now you're looking at a position in the rotation where if you're looking to upgrade pitching for the Dodgers, this is the spot that they want to fix.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Here's Tyler Colvin, the rookie right fielder. 1 on, 2 out, and they had him leaning, and out, picked off as Terrio. So Rick Honeycutt went out there and said, look, I know you've given up 3, but why don't we pick off Terrio and end the inning?
Good idea.
And you can come sit next to me and we can talk longer. 3-0 Chicago after an inning and a half.
Well, it all comes down to this penalty kick. Wait, what's this? It's the old distract the goalie trick. Oh, they've been one-upped with an icy cold Budweiser. Oh, that is tantalizing. Wide right! Those fans have done it! Pure brilliance!
Coppertone Sport outshines. It protects you from the most damaging rays across 100% of the UVA-UVB spectrum, and the protection stays on better because it's ultra sweat-proof. Coppertone Sport outshines, so you can enjoy the sun.
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
Sir, finding everything okay?
I work for a different insurance company. My auto policy is just getting a little too expensive.
With Progressive, you get the name your price option, so we build a policy to fit your budget.
Wow, the price gun. I wish we had this. We just tell people what to pay.
Yeah, we're the only ones that do.
I love your insurance. Bill? Tom?
Hey, it's an office party.
The freedom to name your price, only from Progressive. Call or click today.
Breathtaking. Ladies, hello. It's me again, your TV. I cut your cable to show you a no-brainer, DirecTV. With DirecTV, you can record a show in this room, so the kids can watch it in this room. Or this room. Or perhaps this room. Any room. I'm talking options, ladies. You love them, DirecTV has them. So give them a call. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Taco Bell, is sponsored by Budweiser. With full flavor and a crisp, clean finish, it's what we do. Glad you're with us on Fox Saturday Baseball. Nice to see a man and his son here at the ballpark. Dodger Stadium. Teaching, I'm sure, that young man the ins and outs of the game as James Loney takes a fastball for a strike from Gorzolany. He got around a 1-out error in the first inning and now has a 3-0 lead thanks to a 2-run homer by Soto, his catcher, and an RBI base hit by Starlin Castro, the 20-year-old shortstop. Loney is hitting .310, 8th best average in the league. Here's the 0-2.
You and Ken were talking about Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee starts for the Texas Rangers at home in Texas against Baltimore. So that means that he will be an all-star pitching on Tuesday night, in all probability pitching on Tuesday night, in a Texas Ranger uniform after one start. And one of the big stories in Major League Baseball is that Steven Strasburg did not make the all-star team after only 7 starts in the same uniform. But Cliff Lee after only one. I know it's different.
Inequity.
I know it. Yeah.
It's just unfair. Loney spoils the pitch.
Just kind of kidding, obviously, but playing with that. Steven Strasburg, a huge story, whether he should start or not start. I think you and I were in agreement, and Ken also a couple of weeks ago, that he should start, and we were fair enough to change our mind and say it.
Here is a chopper foul. Loney now is in a battle with Gorzolany. Well, Strasburg was good last night, and some of his quotes after the game were interesting, where he said, I'm just going to have to do what I want to do here. I think he's been relying on Ivan Rodriguez to get him through games, and it kind of seemed like he's saying, it's on me. I'm the guy with the ball in his hand, and I'm going to pitch the way I want to pitch. I'm going to throw what I want to throw, and last night he was very good against the Giants.
That's a very interesting point, because the perception in baseball is if a young pitcher does not shake off a catcher, that's exactly the way it should be, and that's wrong. That's a myth.
There's ball 2, down and away. Last night he went 6. They're trying to keep his pitch count down. He threw 95. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits.
What an experienced good catcher does is encourage a young pitcher to shake him off. After all, he's the one who throws the pitch.
Loney, what a good at bat this has been. Lefty on lefty, and Loney has hung in very well. Still 2-2. 10th pitch of the at bat coming. Belliard will follow, and then A.J. Ellis against Gorzalan. Now ball 3. If Loney can work his way on, this will be an at bat that would be easy to overlook, but it's been a good one. The count's now full. It was 0-2 in a blink. Be at least an 11 pitch at bat. And another foul. Big broad-shouldered first baseman. He has hit 5, has driven in 59, and he strikes out. So Gorzalan wins that battle. He said, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to give you a 92-mile-an-hour bell-tie fastball. Hit it if you can. And he couldn't. MLB's All-Star Game celebration continues Monday with a home run derby on ESPN. Then on Tuesday, it's the red carpet show on MLB Network, followed by the 2010 All-Star Game at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on Fox. That's ball 1 up and away to Ronnie Belliard, who's getting the start in place of DeWitt. 229 average for Belliard, 2 homers, 14 RBIs. And the count 1-1. So we kind of tap danced around the subject and talked about Cliff Lee with the Dodgers. They are obviously going to be looking, and Ned Colletti's done a nice job in season in years past. Ken Rosenthal down by the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's been busy the last couple of years while the Dodgers have taken their game all the way to the NLCS, only to lose to Philadelphia. And you have to imagine he's at least, Ken, going to give it his best shot trying to add to this group as we go through the rest of 2010.
Joe, there's no question. The problem is that the alternatives aren't great. Roy Oswalt, big contract, full no-trade clause. The Astros owner, Drayton McClain, isn't really willing to pick up a lot of salary. Dan Herron, within their division, not clear what the Diamondbacks will do with him, but if they do trade him, they will want a ton in return. And then from there, you've got Ricky Nolasco, perhaps Sean Martin when he comes off the DL, Ted Lilly of the Cubs. A series of choices that simply are not as good as Cliff Lee would have been.
With 2 out, nobody on, the batter is A.J. Ellis. He takes a ball up and away. And Tim, where we talked about it last week, with regard to the Mets, you've got R.A. Dickey, you've got Jonathan Neese, who's developed into a good pitcher. You've got other options there. I would say this, whoever they could get on that list, I think would be an upgrade and help this rotation, whether it was Millwood or even Ted Lilly, who struggled last night and his last couple of times out. I think they have to go get somebody.
The problem is, in my view, is Ned Colletti, their general manager, is working under different guidelines this year because of the state of flux of ownership, with the McCourts getting a divorce and that getting so much play here in Southern California. And we talked about it during the opening. Because of all of those things, there's Ned Colletti. Joe Torre may be doing his best job as a manager in a long and flourishing managing career.
Here's a 2-out walk. A.J. Ellis is on, and Xavier Paul will be the hitter. Ned Colletti's done a very good job of not only putting teams together to start a season, but then what he's done in season since 2008. So the last 2 years, they've added Manny Ramirez, Casey Blake, both still a part of this club, no doubt. Greg Maddux, who has since retired with his 350-plus wins. George Sherrill, John Garland, Padilla last year to help the rotation. Thome, Belliard, who's still with this club. They will add, you have to believe, somebody before the deadline and maybe even after, as Xavier Paul takes ball 1. Paul today is playing left field. Manny Ramirez is starting his rehabilitation assignment at single A. And will be back with the team on Thursday in St. Louis. Here's a base hit to left, and just like that, it's 2 on with 2 out. The good news. The bad news is pitcher John Eli is coming up, and his manager described his hitting approach, saying that it looks like Eli is on skates when he's up in the batter's box trying to hit. He is 2 for 21 with 1 RBI. So we'll just see. And then Joe told us that he looks like Matthew McConaughey. Not Torrey, but Eli.
There is a resemblance. Hey, if you're going to look like somebody, you might as well look like a good-looking guy.
0-1 the count, 2 on 2 out. That's up and away. Judge for yourself. Tim McCarver calls Matthew McConaughey, quote unquote, a good-looking guy. I don't think anybody would argue with that. And then John Eli. I think the big difference now is the hair that's kind of flipping down from under his helmet or his hat. Kind of gives him a little bit more of a leg up on the McConaughey scale. That pitch is up, and the count is 2-1.
I mean, the one thing you don't want if you're a major league player, or anybody for that matter, with all due respect, is to be told that you look like Marty Feldman.
What home?
What?
2 balls and a strike. And the next to Eli is right down the middle. Gorzelani's throwing hard, low 90s, and the count 2-2. Lead runner is Ellis. He drew a walk. Xavier Paul got a hit down the left field line, and a 2-2 pitch coming to John Eli is fouled back. So his roller skates stayed in the box long enough to foul it back, and the count's still 2-2. The next from Gorzelani, struck him out. 3.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Buy now during the July Jubilee at Reynolds. Rate this month with huge discounts and selection and low monthly payments at Reynolds. 04 BMW 17561, 08 Avalanche 33775, 08 300Z 24287, 2010 Mustang Convertible 2942, 05 Lacrosse 9427, 2010 Camry 5800 miles 23475. Buy now, save now at Reynolds Ford, home of the deal maker.
Signal. Airborne, beautiful, and strong. There to ensure the most powerful transmitter is you. Rule the air.
Matt sells trucks, and I'm jealous because here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, all he really has to do is say, hey guys, did you know the F-Series is the best-selling truck in America for the last 33 years? Or, pardon me, sir, did you know the Ford Ranger's the most fuel-efficient pickup in the country? Now his job's even easier because the deals are even better. Unbelievable. Matt, how you doing? Get you anything? Latte? Nah, he's good.
Get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 in savings plus $1,000 bonus cash.
In other words, they're built Ford tough, right? I could do this all day.
He's working for the common good. He's working for Dunder Mifflin. Now they're working together.
Very cool.
Catch The Office and My Name is Earl back-to-back 5 times a week.
The Office and My Name is Earl. Weeknights starting at 10 on Fox 18.
This fall, get in on the fun. Get to know the lingo.
Sticky flapjack.
Sacramento turtleneck, a greasy kayak.
Don't make it sound ridiculous. It's a cockamouse.
How I Met Your Mother. Get into it 5 days a week.
Coming this fall to Fox 18.
The Office, 5 times a week.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. 3rd inning, 3-0, the Cubs lead. And Tyler Colvin, who was witness to Ryan Theriot being picked off first to end the top of the second, leads it off here in the third. Colvin grounded out to short first time up. Lee and Ramirez will follow. And here's a pop up. Foul territory. Easy for Jamie Carroll. One out. Here's a DirecTV game break, and here's Chris Rose.
All right, guys, in Motown, Twins and Tigers, and the bad man's back at it again. Miguel Cabrera with his 22nd homer. It's 3-zip Tigers. Guys, he's threatening for the Triple Crown. Retakes the RBI lead in the bigs with 76. Remember, get every baseball game in HD at 1-800-DIRECTV. And guys, Justin Morneau is missing his third straight game because of concussion-like symptoms. Perhaps Cabrera will be the starter out in Anaheim on Tuesday night.
Well, I mean, he couldn't find anybody who's more worthy of a start, and a guy who really looked at himself in the mirror after that ugly October incident last year. And Miguel Cabrera, as Derek Lee took a ball and now another that counts 2-0 when he had a fight with his wife. He came to the ballpark with scratches on his face. The Tigers were trying to make it to the postseason. He had a terrible series at the end of the year. Here's a line drive, and Derek Lee is 2 for 2. Underwent counseling over the offseason. He has said that he's turned his life around. The numbers reflect that he has. He's always been one of the most talented players in the big leagues. 4 times an All-Star with the Marlins for the National League, and will go for the first time with the Tigers representing in the AL.
Think about that. He is close to leading the American League in RBIs, batting average, and home runs. Only one other player since 1957 has done that at the All-Star break. That player, Hank Aaron, who was the MVP after that season but never won a Triple Crown and had one MVP. It's hard to believe. Henry Aaron had 755 home runs and one MVP award.
Because when you look at his statistics year by year, it was just consistently great.
Right.
But there was never that one year where he hit 55 home runs.
Never hit more than 50. Never hit 50.
Here's a ground ball knocked down by Eli, and he can't get it out. That ball was maybe double play material, but once Eli knocked it down, it goes as an infield hit. And Eli couldn't get anybody, and now he's back in trouble.
Yeah, once you release the ball as a pitcher, there are 8 fielders back there. And Eli could not field it. Kind of off to the side. And by the time he gets to it, it's an infield hit for Ramirez.
So now it's 2 on 1 out. The batter is Marlon Byrd, who walked and scored his first time up, and who has the 3rd best average in the National League. Signed a 3-year deal with the Cubs in the offseason after 3 years in Texas. He wasn't the only addition from the Rangers. Rudy Jaramillo, who was his hitting coach with the Rangers, is now the hitting coach for Lou Piniella, who we will talk to during the next break.
First-time All-Star at age 32.
Great story, and a guy who Piniella called a throwback type player when we met with him before the game. Here's the 0-1, and that hits him. Marlon Byrd will go down to first. That'll load the bases, and this has the makings of another rough outing for John Eli. Got him right above the left elbow. The bases are loaded for Alfonso Soriano, who grounded out his first time. Soriano has hit 15 home runs. He hit one here Thursday. Hit on the left elbow the last game in Arizona, and that pitch misses, ball 1.
It is uh-oh time when a pitcher has to throw Soriano a strike. In the strike zone, Soriano is a lethal hitter. More lethal now.
As it goes to 2-0. And here comes Rick Honeycutt, second time he has visited, and there is action for the Dodgers out in their bullpen. So this is obviously the last start for John Eli prior to the All-Star break. If he can't give the Dodgers more, as he's into the third inning, he pitched into the third inning. That was it, his last time out. This could be last chance cafe for John Eli here for a while.
Yeah, once again, I mean, Alfonso Soriano is probably a guy who swings at more balls out of the strike zone than any other major league player. And now what a pitcher tries to do is to play on that. And now you can't do that because the count is 2 balls and no strikes and the bases are loaded. So you've got to feed him a fastball. And when he gets a fastball in the middle part of the plate, well, he's done it a lot of times. As Travis Schlichter is warming up.
Here comes the dangerous 2-0 pitch. Fouled back. 84-mile-per-hour pitch. And the count's 2-1. There are the runners on the bases. It's Lee, Ramirez, and Marlon Byrd. A misplay by Eli and a ball hit by Aramis Ramirez has put him into big-time trouble. That's not close. 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike, and Schlichting is getting ready in a hurry. The 3-1. Outside, a bases loaded walk. That's walk number 3. That's run number 4 for the Cubs. And that could be it.
Sure, Joe Torre encouraging catcher A.J. Ellis to go out and talk to him. This is a very difficult thing for a catcher to do. You try to win over a pitcher's confidence, and now the pitcher knows you're out there to give the pitcher in the bullpen a chance to warm up. But he's got to do it. I'm sure that's all for Eli.
And the objective has got to be even more clear for Ned Colletti. It's been up and down for John Eli this season. This is his second bad start in a row. And really, when you look at his body of work over his last 7 starts now, an ERA over 6, could be staring at a 1-5 record, and he is staring off into the distance. He'll leave. Schlichting coming in.
Start your engine.
Before Rogaine, my solution to the problem was to go ahead and wear hats. I was always the hat guy. I can't even tell you how much it's changed my life.
Only Rogaine is proven to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
No more hats.
Stop losing, start gaining.
Check it out. I'm closer to the Blizzard Mobile than you. No, I'm closer. No, I am. No, I am. I'm closer.
Hey, that's enough from both of you. Besides, your mother's clearly the closest.
Closer, honey, get me closer!
I'm working on it!
Come on, honey!
Celebrate the Blizzard's 25th with the new Pecan Pie Blizzard. Crispy pie crust and roasted caramel. Then follow the party tour at DQ.com.
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
Superior drinkability, ultimate refreshment, a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
John Eli went 2 2/3 his last time, goes 2 1/3 here today. And all that energy he has inside of him, he didn't know what to do in that dugout when he went down there walking around pacing, and now he's finally in there watching Travis Schlichting, who's been very good. Was nearly sent out to the minor leagues for the 3rd time this season recently, before the Dodgers had to put Belisario on the restricted list, dealing with some personal issues. So Schlichting got to stay, and here he is in the 3rd inning with the bases loaded, 1 out, pitching to Castro. The shortstop chops it foul, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Two of the ways that loneliness can be defined in baseball is when a hitter comes back to the dugout after striking out with the bases loaded in a tie game, or if a starting pitcher goes 2 1/3 and walks back in that dugout. I mean, really, what can a teammate say? No sympathy in baseball from that standpoint.
Here's a 1-1, skips in from Schlichting. Ball 2, 2-1. So far this season, Travis has pitched 11 1/3 innings. He's allowed only 1 run on 9 hits. 8 singles and a double. That's it against him. He told Joe Torre in spring training, when Torre told him he wasn't going to be with the big league club coming out of spring training, he said, "I really think I can help this team." And that caught Torre's attention. He gives up a base hit to left off the bat of Castro. 1 run scores. Here comes Marlon Byrd at the plate. He is out as A.J. Ellis hangs on. 2 out in the inning, and it's 5-0 Cubs.
I see, here's a situation where left fielder Xavier Paul hits the cutoff man, and by doing so gives his catcher a good hop. Collision at home. Here's the first one. He misses the cutoff man, and it's a short hop. A runner scores. But the second time was a good hop, runner out at home.
Good throw by Xavier Paul, and now it's 1st and 3rd, 2 out in the inning, and it's 5-0 Chicago. And Byrd was out. A.J. Ellis survived the hit and hung on to the baseball. So now with 2 out, the batter is a number 8-man Soto, who went after the first pitches last time. This time he lets it go by, strike 1. When he went after the first pitch, he hit a 2-run shot into left center field. There are some pieces here that the Cubs have to be excited about, despite being 11 games under 500. Here's a broken back, ground ball, right side. Belliard can't make the play. Another run scores. Soriano to the plate, and it's 6-0 Cubs in the 3rd.
That ball inside outed by Soto and kind of squirting away from Belliard. 3 RBIs now as Soto is 2 for 2 on the day.
And he's one of the younger guys that the Cubs should still be excited about. The guy in front of him, Starlin Castro, is the youngest player in the big leagues right now. He has 2 hits and 2 RBIs. As Gorzolani takes a ball that rides down and away. Obviously Colvin, who leads all rookies in the National League in home runs with 12. Some of the arms in their bullpen with Cashner, who we may see today, can hit 100 on the radar gun. There are some things here to get excited about. We'll talk to Lou Piniella during the next break. You got to be happy with what's happened so far today. 3 in the 2nd, 3 more in the 3rd, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike on Gorzolani, and now strike 2. 8th man to bat in the inning. Closes the book on Eli. 2 1/3 innings, 6 runs. 5 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout.
Tell you, Joe, if an offense comes up to a starting pitcher and says, "I'll give you 2 at-bats in the first 3 innings, will you take it?" He'll say, "You bet I will."
And Gorzolani's done his part, allowing no runs on 1 hit. Making his 3rd start back in the rotation since being banished to the bullpen. Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Schlichting to Gorzolani. That misses, ball 3. Home plate umpire today is Mike Winters. Jerry Lane at first, Brian Runge at second, and Hunter Wendelstedt over at third. Three-two pitch, runner at first goes, strikeout ends the inning. A long inning for the Dodgers, a good inning for the Cubs. John Eli frustrated. He could only go 2 1/3. 6-0 Chicago after 2.5.
Signal. Airborne, beautiful, and strong. There to ensure the most powerful transmitter is you. Rule the air.
With Denny's new $2 $4 $6 $8 value menu, you can get 16 different wallet-pleasing meals for $2 $4 $6 and $8 all day, every day. And now you can choose from 3 new sizzling skillets starting at just $3.99.
This is your first lesson in shared dreaming.
We're dreaming?
From the director of The Dark Knight, Rolling Stone raves.
You create the dream, and they fill it with their secrets.
The mind-blowing movie event of the summer
Then you break in and steal it.
arrives just in time. It's James Bond meets The Matrix.
I am impressed.
Epic, ingenious, a knockout.
That's more like it.
Inception, PG-13, starts July 16th.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey, man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
If you thought Hell's Kitchen was dramatic,
You're crazy!
wait until Gordon Ramsay brings the world's biggest cooking competition to America, MasterChef.
Cook the dish of your life.
I'm gonna bring it.
Amateur home chefs.
I was born to create the kitchen.
Epic challenges.
They'll learn how tough it is to feed an army.
This is not gonna break me.
And an unforgettable journey.
I really want this. Louder. I really want this!
MasterChef starts cooking Tuesday, July 27th on Fox.
We go into the bottom of the third inning, top of the order for the Dodgers, and they have to get to work. They have the right guy up there to get something started. Rafael Furcal, who's been one of the hottest players in the big leagues and was just named the NL Player of the Week for this past week, takes a ball. Here is a 1-0 pitch from Gorzolani, and it's down and in 2-0. We had a chance to visit with Lou Piniella. The interview went longer than when Lou used to work with us in the booth. He said more just a moment ago, and he should be happy with the way his team has hit here today and the way his pitcher has worked. And Gorzolani finds the strike zone. It's 2-1. Look at what he's done since the 24th, coming back from his father's funeral in the Dominican Republic. 1 out. Here's Lou. First question was about that smile and the way his team has played here today.
Well, they're swinging the bats. We've hit the ball with men in scoring position. It's a good sign. And Gorzolani so far has been throwing the ball well.
Yeah, and the guys that other than Aramis Ramirez are swinging the bats today, Lou.
Well, we need total contribution from our hitters, and today it's one of those days. Yesterday we put 7 runs on the board, but we didn't pitch very well. So our hitting's been getting slowly better. I think that's a good sign for the rest of the season. But let's be happy about the 6 runs, and let's hope that Gorzolani keeps pitching well and we tack on runs later on in the ballgame.
It's like the game of golf. I know you're a great golfer,
yeah.
But when your long game's working, you can't putt, and when you can putt, the driver isn't working. Isn't that the way it's gone this year?
Well, it's gone that way for a portion of the season. Our biggest problem has been putting runs on the board consistently. And but lately it's been picking up, and that's a positive. So let's hope that we continue to swing the bats and win today's ball game here and go from there.
What are you going to do for the All-Star break?
I'm going to go home to Chicago and relax and probably go out on Lake Michigan and get my mind off baseball for a few days.
But do us this favor.
Yeah.
Tuesday night at 7 Central is the All-Star game here on Fox. So,
well, we'll watch
turn it on.
You know, I like the Fox network. And
and we love Lou.
There we go. And I'll be watching, no question.
Right. Have a good time, Lou. Thanks.
Thanks. All right. Bye.
So after the ground out by Furcal, Jamie Carroll hit another ball over to Aramis Ramirez. Ramirez kicked one in the first, and he makes an error here in the third inning, and the batter is Ethier, who fouls it off the mask of Soto, strike one. Ethier took center fielder Marlon Byrd to the wall back in the first inning. Straightaway center field, it fell just short. Now Carroll is on with one out in the third. Lou Piniella has said that this will be his last managing job. His contract is up at the end of this season. There's a strike and the count 0-2. Talked about him winning the division back-to-back years, over 500 last year. Not a good year here in 2010. But he has said that now that he's in his fifth stop, he is finished chasing managerial jobs around baseball as Ethier fouls it back. What do you think, Ken Rosenthal? You think he's coming back next year? That seems a stretch, and if not him, who will be in the dugout for the Chicago Cubs?
Joe, it does seem a stretch to think that Lou would be back. The successor long-term could be Ryne Sandberg, who's managing in the minor leagues with the Cubs, but I don't know if the Cubs in Chicago want to hire a first-time manager, first-time major league manager. So they could go for more experience, and there will be a number of candidates out there if they choose to go that route.
What do you think about Joe Torre, whose contract is up at the end of this year? Any chance with Torre going to Chicago?
That's a really good question. And one, it doesn't appear that he will be back in Los Angeles either. In fact, I have been told by friends of his that he will not be back if the situation continues as it is under the McCourts. Now, will he manage again? And if he wants to, there will be many jobs open for him as well. Chicago could be one of them.
A big swing and a miss by Andre Ethier, trying to pop one here in the third inning, came up empty, and he's the fourth strikeout victim for Gorzolani. 2 out, runner at first. The batter is Matt Kemp, who bounced into a force out his first time up. And now flies one into shallow right, should end the inning. Joe Torre will turn 70 a week from Sunday. We said, what are you going to do on your birthday? Next Sunday. He said, I'm going to hope that I turn 71 a year after that. We played 3 here in LA. 6-0. Cubs having fun today.
Beer and wine and cupcakes. I was doing the corporate grind like everyone else. But to be successful, I knew I had to be different. Ink, 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 ink. I mean, I love that card. It does things differently, too. Great customer service, going above and beyond to help me out as a small business. It's accepted in twice as many places around the world as American Express. And if I ever need to give my employees ink cards, they're free.
Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
The new BK Clips game is here, so we brought in real Edward and Jacob fans to help real customers choose a side.
You have 2 choices, Jacob or Edward. Edward's just a classy guy. You can pet Jacob. Do you want to be the werewolf's chew toy, though?
No.
Edward has had 100 years to learn how to love.
Yeah, I'll go with Team Edward.
I like to go with Jacob. Would you rather your granddaughters go out with a vampire or a werewolf?
Neither.
Play the new BK Clips game. You can win tasty food, even $100 grand. Every game piece has a chance to win. Only at Burger King.
Let's go. Come on, hurry up. No, I'm not ready.
Before you take it on your road trip, we take it on ours. Now during the summer event, get an exceptionally engineered Mercedes-Benz, like the 2010 C-Class, an IIHS top safety pick for 1.9% APR, or lease one for $349 a month.
It's the 5-minute challenge. Trigger spray versus Roundup Pump and Go sprayer. With up to 5 minutes of continuous spray, Pump and Go kills weeds, not your hands. Roundup Pump and Go. Hard on weeds, easy on you.
Coppertone Sport outshines.
It protects you from the most damaging rays across 100% of the UVA-UVB spectrum. And the protection stays on better because it's ultra sweat-proof. Copper Tone Sport outshines, so you can enjoy the sun.
Fox Saturday Baseball is sponsored by Roundup Pump and Go Sprayer. Hard on weeds, easy on you. By Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by Ink, the new business card from Chase. Make your mark with Ink. First pitch is a ball to Ryan Theriot from Schlichting, the right-hander. Theriot, then Colvin, then Derek Lee. Top of the order for the Cubs, who lead at 6-0 in the first full inning for Schlichting as the foul goes out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets and Braves, no score. The bottom of the 3rd inning at Citi Field. Here's a 1-1 and a chopper in to get it. To his left is for Cobb. 1 out. Our Mercedes-Benz trivia question. Joe Torre has participated in 15 All-Star games as a player or manager and lost only once. What year was it Torre lost? Well, let's see. He started with the Yankees in 1996, all those pennants. The American League last lost in
97. 96. That's right.
So I'm guessing it happened when he was a player. Has to.
Yeah.
1 out, nobody on. First pitch a ball. Now the next to Colvin's a strike.
A lot of people fail to remember how great a player Joe Torre was. First as a catcher with the Milwaukee Braves and making the transition from catcher to third baseman so well that he was the MVP of the Cardinals in 1971, batting .363 with 230 hits
and no foot speed.
No speed at all.
So there were no infield hits to speak of, really.
That's right. 137 RBIs that year. He was a terrific player.
Here's a 1-2. Down and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And talking to guys who were around during that transition period for Joe Torre, they said he could do it because of his great hands.
Soft hands. You could tell that shaking hands with it.
Yeah. Here's a 2-2. Fouled back. Colvin is 0 for 2. He's grounded out, fouled out, and is in a battle with Travis Schlichting. So the Dodgers will get Manny Ramirez back on Thursday when they have a quick 4-game trip and a 4-game set in St. Louis. Right after the All-Star break. Here's a 2-2. The other way, but right at Jamie Carroll. 2 out in the inning, and we go to Chris Rose for a DirecTV game break.
Guys, the side note was that Jose Bautista went deep for the 24th time to lead the Bigs, but here against Boston, Mike Cameron gets out and then gets tossed by Jeff Kellogg. But watch Tito. Tito says, you know what? I get run. Now you get run. You get out of here. Blue Jays end up winning this one. Remember, to see every game in HD, it's 1-800-DIRECTV. Let's toss it back up to Joe and Tim, or I'll toss you guys.
Hey,
the highlight back.
Thanks, Chris. Here's a pop-up right side. Zambrano did that at one point when he threw an umpire out at home plate after he was ejected. Here's a foul out of play off to the right off the bat of Derek Lee.
The difference between those 2 tosses was that Zambrano had a ball when he did it, and a lot of people thought he was going to throw the ball into the bleachers at Wrigley Field.
With 2 out, nobody on, the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-2. Happened last May against the Pirates. Mark Carlson was the umpire. And if Derek Lee can foul it, we'll show it to you now. Instead, he flies to right. For Andre Ethier, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgers will have Loney, Belliard, A.J. Ellis. Scoreboard does not look good for the Dodgers. 6-0 Chicago.
Where are you from?
Switzerland.
I love your cheese with the holes.
$14.99 plus shipping and handling. Even if I buy it here, it ships from somewhere else, isn't it? And I've been handling it.
Have you ever spent 5 months living with a herd of goats? No, that surprises me.
Mind control.
I have brain control over you.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dinner for Schmucks. Rated PG-13. In theaters July 30th.
The before, the expectation, the flow, the B vitamins, then carbs to ignite. Introducing new Gatorade Prime, part of the G series.
There are engines, and then there's the twin turbocharging, 365 horsepower generating EcoBoost engine in the Taurus Show from Ford that has the thirst of a V6 with the thrust of a V8. The most innovative full-size sedan in America is now highest ranked in initial quality. The Taurus Show from Ford. Drive one.
You know, my brothers and I got our families together at Olive Garden the other night.
Come on, pass the breadstick to your favorite uncle.
Oh!
We had a ball.
Try Olive Garden's 2 new Parmesan polenta-crusted dishes. Sautéed chicken breast topped with a golden Parmesan crust, or try our tender steak medallions, both with mezzaluna ravioli filled with 4 Italian cheeses and our creamy Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks.
You know, these kids are growing up a lot like we did.
Yeah, around family.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Has won the game. He strikes out the side. He brings his total to 14.
History on MLB Network.
Dallas Braden has thrown a perfect game.
Got it! A perfect game! Roy Halladay!
Unbelievable.
Go to findmlbnetwork.com for your channel number.
We go into the bottom of the 4th inning. Friedman family is with us here today at Dodger Stadium on a beautiful Saturday. A foul back and to the screen. Loney, who struck out his first time, and a long at bat. Leads it off with Belliard and A.J. Ellis to follow. Then Xavier Paul if anybody gets on. And the pitcher spot. That misses. Ball and a strike. Home plate umpires Mike Winters. He will be umpiring at first base on Tuesday night down the freeway in Anaheim. There's strike 2 on Loney. They're the umpires today. The crew chief is Jerry Lane, Brian Runge, and Hunter Wendelstedt. Brian is the son of Paul, and Hunter is the son of Harry. 2 longtime, very good major league umpires. Here's a fly ball in the air to right center. Marlon Byrd goes to get it, 1 out. Loney is 0 for 2. Our Mercedes-Benz trivia question. Joe Torre participated in 15 All-Star games as a player or manager, lost only 1 time. What year was it? 39 years ago Tuesday, 1971 in Detroit. The American League won 6-4. Joe Torre is 13-1-1. He was the manager in 02 when we had the 7-7 tie in Milwaukee.
That was when all the players seemed like on both sides had home runs, and Reggie with his historic blast off the transmitter in right center field at Old Tiger Stadium.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ronnie Belliard. Such a big blast that the camera initially couldn't follow it.
Right.
2-1. Belliard struck out his first time. Lost in all this is the pitching of Gorzolany, who really wasn't pitching all that poorly when the Cubs decided to put Zambrano back in the rotation. That bumped Gorzolany to the bullpen. Got very little work out there, so he's trying to work his way back into shape. He's behind on the count to Belliard, 3-1. Here's a pop-up on the infield, and shielding his eyes from the sun is Terrio. Not an easy play, 2 out. We teased it. Here is Carlos Zambrano and that blow-up with Mark Carlson.
Back on May 1st, On May 27th, I beg your pardon. This was last season. Oh, he did throw the ball. I forgot he threw the ball. And with that arm, it went as far as that water cooler was about to go if the wall didn't stop it. But Zambrano with some major anger issues.
Kenny Rosenthal is still with us down there, and I wonder, while we talk about all this pitching and guys like Millwood, Danny Herron, that ball's foul outside the third base line down the left field corner. Does Zambrano, Kenny, as you talk to general managers, does he have any trade value at all going to the trading deadline?
I would not say so before the trade deadline, but perhaps in the offseason. Remember, Joe, this is the team that traded Milton Bradley, a player that no one said they could trade, and they got a pretty good pitcher back, as it turns out, and also came out ahead financially in the deal by about $6 million. So if Zambrano comes back and proves he's more mentally healthy and capable of sustaining a major league season, yes, there'd be a possibility. He's still relatively young. He's still capable of winning 12 to 15 games, again, if stable.
Ken, I believe the Cubs still owe him $45 million after this year too, right?
They sure do, and that actually includes this year, Tim. And clearly, to trade him, they would have to include money in the deal. And that's something you see very frequently today in Major League Baseball. You saw it yesterday in the Cliff Lee trade. You would see it in any number of Cubs trades.
Here's another foul by A.J. Ellis with 2 out, nobody on, and the Cubs leading 6-0 in the 4th inning. But he does have heavy sink to his pitches, and if he could get his pitching stuff together, crazier things have happened, and there are plenty of teams who've been willing throughout history of looking the other way if somebody could win them a game or two along the way that they wouldn't win without him.
As the Dodgers did a couple of years ago when they signed Manny Ramirez after the trade from Boston.
Going to talk with Joe Torre during the next break. And A.J. Ellis strikes out. Gorzolani's been great. He struck out 5. He's walked only 1. He's allowed just 2 hits. He and the Cubs lead the Dodgers 6-0 after 4.
The Coastal Town.
Well, hello. It's your TV. I unplugged your cable so I can show you something genius. DirecTV. With DirecTV, now you only need 1 DVR for the whole house. Record a movie in the living room. Watch it in the bedroom, pause it, and pick it up in the bathroom because you can. I know what you're thinking. Dreams really do come true, and cable can't do that. So give them a call and hook me up. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
First is the beginning. First kicks open the door, and possibilities follow. First resets everything. First moves us forward, fast. We all want first. First isn't later, it's now. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Denny's has 3 delicious new skillets starting at just $3.99. You hear that sizzling? It's the money you just saved burning a hole in your pocket. Just kidding, it's the new skillets.
I want a home run. He wants an out. Only one of us will win. So I do everything I can to make sure it's me.
Winning takes intense preparation. Start with Wheaties Fuel, a bold honey cinnamon crunch cereal with complex carbs and B vitamins.
Wheaties Fuel, prepared to win.
Gather round, y'all. I'll sing you a song about our MVP, the amazing team mom. She rides on Firestones and always comes through, even been known to fix a boo-boo or two. Firestone. From practice to the game and back again, her Firestone tires are a mom's best friend. One sweet way to ride, away or at home. Behind every great team, there's a great team mom.
Firestone. Legendary drivers need legendary tires.
Aramis Ramirez, another day with another hit. He had 3 last night. He's had a good road trip. Hit 3 home runs in 2 games total in Arizona. It's as many as he hit in May and June combined, and he is dealing Tim with a deep bruise on that left thumb as the count goes to 2-0.
To where Lupinella was telling us, and we didn't know this, but he's holding his bat differently with his bottom hand and overlapping that thumb, something he has never done before. At least that's what Lou said. I don't see it overlap there.
I don't either. Here's a fly ball into right, and Ethier to his right hauls it in. 1 out. That's the way we start the 5th. Here's our chat with Joe Torre, and the first question was about the short start by John Eli. Tough on a day with a short bullpen.
Number 24, Marlon Bird.
Well, you know, Joe, the thing that's tough is you have to rely on your starters to get you deep into the game. And the first inning, you know, I was really pleased because it looked like he did what he wanted to, but then all of a sudden the changeup is so important for him. And when he really couldn't get either swings or strikes with it, it was just a matter of time.
Joe, with all the things that have gone on in the first half, really the Dodgers only 2 games back. Got to consider it a fortuitous situation.
Well, Timmy, you're right. I mean, considering we've had Manny on the DL a couple of times, Ethier for Cal, you know, we feel very fortunate to be in a position we're in, and hopefully we can stay healthy in the second half and maybe get some help by the end of this month.
Yeah, and when you talk about what you don't have, it's easy to overlook what you do have. With Cal, the way he's played, Kemp has turned it on here over the past week or so, and Loney's had such a good year. I know he hasn't popped a lot of home runs, but he's had, you know, good at bat in this game. He's kind of an unsung hero for you.
Well, you know, somebody asked me yesterday who was my MVP in the first half. I said James Loney. He's my Bernie Williams look-alike. Yeah, he has the same personality. The kid has ice water in his veins. You look up there, he has 59 RBIs. That's pretty impressive.
Can he play guitar?
Probably if he wills himself.
Hey, you're in the National League now. What about the National League in the All-Star game? Is this the year?
We want home field advantage.
Way to be definitive. Thanks, Joe. Joe Torre in his 3rd year with the Dodgers after 12 years with the Yankees. His Dodgers trail here today 6-0. And now a 2-2 count with 1 out, nobody on. The pitch to Marlon Bird is grounded to short. Picked up by Fakal, gets rid of it in a hurry, 2 out.
A lot of speculation about if Joe Torre decides not to come back next year with the Dodgers. Would he go to an interesting team, the Atlanta Braves? He has a history there. Bobby Cox's last year. We mentioned a couple of weeks ago that Freddie Gonzalez at the Atlanta Braves are very, very interested in him. He has a history with the Braves also. Be an interesting choice.
Here's a strike to Soriano with 2 out, nobody on. Soriano in this game has walked to drive home a run, scored a run. He's grounded out 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch from Schlichting has done a nice job. Looked like he went. He did. 0-2. First base umpire Jerry Lane confirmed it. For 2 out, nobody on. The 0-2 pitch from Schlichting is high. Schlichting has got an interesting delivery. Part of a bullpen that, as I mentioned to Joe Torre, is short. He has said that he will not use Broxton here today. If he can in any way avoid it. Here's a ground ball to third. Carroll makes the play. We're halfway through it on a Saturday in Southern California. Look at Malibu on a beautiful afternoon. Cubs lead it 6-0.
This place is great. So many cute guys here. Do you smell bacon? Oh, yeah. It's a bacon club chalupa. Guys love bacon.
Like, that's really gonna work. Come on.
Hi. Hey. How's it going?
Hi.
What is that you're wearing? It's intoxicating.
Taco Bell's Bacon Club Chalupa is back. Bacon lovers rejoice.
Smells good.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! What's up?
Not too much.
How's your shave?
You can feel it pulling the stubble.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
Wow. It's like it's gliding down, you know?
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull.
Taking the glide back? Nah, man. This is mine. You got to get your own.
Turn shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide.
People don't just come to GE Capital for money. They come to us for help. At GE Capital, we've been financing Taylor guitars for over 8 years, helping them build a strong dealer network, bringing music to people. I like that.
I didn't know you could play.
I didn't either.
Building families. Building traditions. Building communities. Building lives. Building what's important for more than 90 years. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Dodgers have to make this a little more interesting as they have the bottom two in their lineup coming up. I mean, Xavier Paul, who's leading it off, then the pitcher's spot. Blake DeWitt will pinch hit. And a bunt is fouled back over the backstop. Strike one. So far, Gorzolani has struck out 5, walked 1, allowed no runs on 2 hits. There's DeWitt. He'll hit for Schlichting, who went 2 2/3 innings. No runs, just 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Paul fouls it, strike 2. Gorzolani struck out the side in the second, struck out 1 in the third, struck out A.J. Ellis to end the fourth. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Ball 1. Carlos Monasterios, who was just recently activated from the disabled list, is getting loose. Starter this year for the Dodgers. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. So much better this time than the last for Gorzolani, who had to throw over 100 pitches to get through 5. Walked 6 in a victory over Arizona 9-4 on Monday night. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just down and away, full count. The next on 3 and 2's fouled back. The Cubs started this year the 3rd highest payroll in Major League Baseball, so the expectations were there from the beginning. And as they cruise into the All-Star break here, past the exact midway point of a 162 game season, they're 11 games under 500. 3-2 pitch is chopped to first. Lee backs up. Race to the bag and safe as Gorzolani was late getting over. Lou Piniella is going to come out and argue. It's ruled an infield hit. Let's take another look.
Very, very close. He was out. Appeared to me.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
It goes as an infield hit. Second hit for Xavier Paul.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's much tougher for a left-hander to cover first base because after his pitch, his momentum's going toward the third baseline. So Gorzolani did not get the call, but he was clearly out by about a half a step.
So Piniella back to the dugout. Leadoff man is on for the Dodgers. DeWitt coming up. Here are the people all-stars among us for the Cubs and the Dodgers communities. All 30 winners from the communities around Major League Baseball will be honored during the All-Star Game pregame ceremony Tuesday here on Fox. So it's an infield hit for Xavier Paul. Here is Blake DeWitt pinch hitting for Schlichting, and he takes strike one. Dodgers have DeWitt, obviously, Garrett Anderson, Russell Martin, Casey Blake, and Reed Johnson, who's dealing with a back issue, on their bench to start the day. The 0-1 pitch is in at the knees, strike two.
That still did not deter Reed Johnson from doing one of the better Lou Piniella impersonations before the game in the Dodger clubhouse. Hilarious.
Reed played for Piniella with the Cubs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. DeWitt able to check his swing on ball one in the dirt. There's the matchup now, and if DeWitt can do something, then you turn it over to Furcal, who's 0 for 2 in this game, but the reigning National League Player of the Week for how hot he's been with a bat, driving in a lot of runs out of that leadoff spot. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging on a high, hard one, and strikeout number 6 for Gorzolany.
Shortstop number 15.
High fastball out of the strike zone to get DeWitt. Strikeout number 6 for Gorzolany. Wow.
Here's Furcal. Breaking ball down and in, ball one. Furcal hitting .438 since coming back from the bereavement list, Dominican Republic, after the passing of his father. Fouls it away. Talk about the RBIs. Since just the 24th of June, as we play here on the 10th of July, he has 17 RBIs, which is tied for the second most in Major League Baseball, and he's doing it out of the leadoff spot. Called his dad his biggest fan. At the plate with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Left side base hit. And it's 2 on, 1 out for the Dodgers, trying to make some noise and get back in this game in the 5th.
That looked like a changeup. Those two middle fingers are involved like that. Anytime the ring finger is involved on a pitch, it's an off-speed pitch. So the change, Furcal waited, popped it to left.
Here's Jamie Carroll, who is 1 for 2. They had a official scoring change, and the ball that he hit back in the 3rd that went initially for the second error on Aramis Ramirez. It was changed to a hit. Carroll flips it into right. Colvin back to his left is there for out number 2. Tagging and going to 3rd is Xavier Paul, 2 out.
Joe, whenever a hitter hits a ball that could be a hit or a base hit, it's a real study to see him not blatantly look at the scoreboard. They coyly look at the scoreboard. They kind of peer around the batting helmet or around the first baseman. They sneak a peek to the scoreboard, because if you're blatant, that means you may be characterized as being selfish.
Worrying about your own stats.
Worrying about your own stats.
But there have been others in years past that have not only blatantly stared at the scoreboard to see hit or an error, but if it's ruled an error instead of a hit, they'll stand down there in the middle of the diamond and look up at the official scorer.
Oh, sure, throw their hands up. How can you call that an error?
First and 3rd, 2 out. Here's Ethier, and there's ball 1 low.
Or call the press box. Bobby Bonilla did that once with the Mets in the early 90s. Call the official scorer from the dugout phone.
Here comes a 1-0, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. On the inside corner, Ethier didn't like the call. It's 1-1.
think James thought it was inside. He may have a case.
Mike Winters took his mask off and talked to Andre Ethier. Got a little rise out of the crowd. You can see Joe Torre saying, "Put your mask on." Always becomes a bigger deal when a home plate umpire takes the mask off. Here's a 1-1. Little pop up out behind short. Late break by Soriano. Will he get there? No. 1 run scores. They hold for count. Now the throw gets away. That'll be an error, and it's Marlon Byrd who threw it. And 2-run score. It's 6-2 Cubs here in the 5th.
That could be a balk on the left fielder because he threw it to an unoccupied base. Or on the center fielder, Marlon Byrd. Nobody's covering at third, and it's interesting to note that a pitcher has the option of backing up home or third in this situation. Gorzolani backed up home, and the throw to third went awry. Boy, that's an ugly play by the Cubs.
Byrd will get an error on that throw. That is only his 2nd of the season. Should be an RBI base hit for Ethier, and then an error on Marlon Byrd, the center fielder. Now it's Kemp. He takes a strike, and with 1 hit, what was a 6-0 game could be a 6-3 game, or a long ball could make it a 2-run game. It's an RBI single, E8. The 0-1. Blocked by Soto. Soriano broke back on that fly ball hit by Ethier, and he could not recover. Here's a 1-1 to Kemp. Strike 2. So 1 run scored on the hit by Ethier. The other run scored on the error by Byrd. Gorzolani trying to end the 5th. Kemp hits it in the air to right. Colvin is back, and with plenty of room, ends the inning. With 2 runs for the Dodgers, they are on the board. 3 hits, an error. Into the 6th. 6-2 Chicago.
Built on the backbone of a high-strength steel frame. Built on the dependability of a Vortec V8. Built on a reputation of more than 90 years. Built with quality and backed with the best coverage in America, including a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. No one's got your back like Chevy. Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
With Denny's new $2 $4 $6 $8 value menu, you can get 16 different wallet-pleasing meals for $2 $4 $6 and $8 all day, every day. And now you can choose from 3 new sizzling skillets starting at just $3.99.
Signal. Airborne, beautiful, and strong. There to ensure the most powerful transmitter is you. Rule the air.
Dougie, Dougie, Dougie.
What?
What are you doing, man? The game's on.
I used to watch for the commercials.
Thank you. Wardrobe malfunction. Right. Whoa, is that Danica Patrick?
Waiting for an exposure ad to run? You won't see it on TV, but it's on at GoDaddy.com.
See what happens next at GoDaddy.com.
Introducing Bud Light Lime in cans. Now the refreshing taste of Bud Light Lime goes wherever you need it to. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Today's game, presented by Taco Bell, is sponsored by GoDaddy.com. Domains, websites, and everything in between. By Verizon. Own the airwaves. The signal is yours. Verizon, rule the air. And by Chevrolet. Every model is backed by a 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty. Well, we had a little action during the break. Lou Piniella hands over his lineup card to Alan Trammell. First base umpire Jerry Lane throws Piniella out of the game. Piniella, I'm sure, still arguing about this call, which started the trouble. Xavier Paul called safe, even though Gorzolani's right foot was on the bag before Paul got there. They argued. Lou continued the argument, and Jerry Lane runs him out of the game. 3 changes for the Dodgers. Blake DeWitt stays in the game. He's batting 9th. He's at second base. That shifts Ronnie Belliard over to third. Jamie Carroll is out of the lineup, and that's where the pitcher will bat in the number 2 spot. Here is Carlos Monasterios. Just off the disabled list, getting a chance to work here in the 6th. 4-run game now, and a strike over the inside corner to Starlin Castro. Castro 2 hits, 2 RBIs. And waiting on an 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In my experience, I don't believe I have ever heard of a Major League Baseball player named Starlin. It's a name that kind of rolls off the tongue. Starlin Castro.
Here is strike 2. Called up from Double-A. And for Castro, since May 7th when he was called up, he's really handled himself well.
Yes, he has.
He's made 12 errors. That's something that you almost have to live with a young shortstop, whether they come up from Double-A or not. Here's a 1-hopper to Fakal. He knows how to handle the spot. 1 out. Chevrolet is proud to support youth baseball and are offering future All-Stars a ballpark makeover. Go to Chevy.com to enter your community. Brings in Giovanni Soto. Soto is hitting .424 over his last 10 games, including today. He's 2 for 2 with a 2-run homer, an RBI single, so he's driven in 3. Driven in 9 over those 10 games, and he's behind on the count 0-1. Back in the 2nd. First pitch gone off John Eli. Made it 3-0. Eli, the starter for the Dodgers, lasted only 2 1/3 innings. That little floater misses. Ball and a strike.
Soto deserves a lot of credit. The Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. He gained too much weight last year. During the offseason, he shed about 25 pounds and is playing like he did 2 years ago.
Here's a 1-1. That's a pop-up that is dropped by Loney. And they're giving a base hit to Giovanni Soto. He's 3 for 3.
Pitcher number 32, Tom
It's an
Gorzolani.
awkward play for Loney. Ball didn't have a lot of hang time. Didn't have a chance to square up on it. I think that was a hit.
1 on, 1 out. Dealing with his son on the move back, and Loney couldn't make the play. That gives Gorzolani a chance to bunt. Talk about all-stars. The Cubs a couple of years ago had 8.
Yeah.
This will be the 2nd year in a row that they send only 1 to the All-Star game, and that's Marlon Byrd. Good bunt. Down to 2nd is Soto. The sacrifice is good. 1-4 with DeWitt covering the bag.
That was the 15-inning All-Star game. That was the last game at Yankee Stadium, the last All-Star game at Yankee Stadium. And the Cubs had 2 starters that year, Soto and Kosuke Fukudome in center field. Boy, what a memorable game that was. 15 innings. Everybody was exhausted after that game.
And I'm going to ask you an unfair question, since it was a memorable game. Who were the starting pitchers in that game?
I think that I don't remember.
Cliff Lee,
good going.
from the Indians.
Good going.
And Ben Sheets.
Wow.
Who's now pitching for Oakland. That one gets back to the screen, and over to third goes Soto.
The reason I didn't remember that, and I'm making this an excuse.
No,
here.
I didn't remember either.
I didn't remember that because the one thing I remember about the pitching or the non-pitching in that game was Tim Lincecum going to the hospital dehydrated before the game, and in his first to-be All-Star appearance, he couldn't pitch. He was sick in a New York hospital. But he will be a member of the National League this year, of course, being played at 8 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday night.
Terrio goes up and after it. 1 ball, 1 strike after the wild pitch. Who do you think will be the starters? 2 starting pitchers that have not been named yet.
I think we have a graphic on that.
How about the 15-game winner, Ubaldo Jimenez?
I think that's a layup right there. And David Price of the Tampa Bay Rays. I think that is also a layup.
Joe Girardi basically said as much. You know, obviously he's got 3 11-game winners on his own staff, with Phil Hughes winning last night, beating Seattle as the Yankees avoided having to face Cliff Lee because of the trade. Price 12-4. In line to start that game. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, 2-2.
And also, Joe, gives you an idea of how deep the starters are for the Yankees. They have landed 3 starters on that team. First time since 1997 when the Braves had 3 starters. And I know a lot of people would say, well, that was Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox. That's wrong.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that list.
Yeah, me too.
Well, 1 name on there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third, 2 out. Monasterio's his first inning of relief work. The other name is Denny Nagel.
Right.
2. See that toward the bottom. First team with 3 starting pitchers on the All-Star team since the '97 Braves. 3 11-game winner Sabathia is scheduled to start tomorrow. Here's a 2-2 pitch. The dirt, full count. That meant that Joe Girardi needed to find a replacement for Sabathia. He went to the replacement down the freeway to Jared Weaver, who leads the bigs in strikeouts. But he's also supposed to start tomorrow.
Right.
So you can just keep going down the list. That's new. If you pitch on Sunday, you cannot pitch in the All-Star game. You will be replaced. You get to go and get to pitch. 3-2 deliveries in the dirt.
That, by the way, was advocated by Mike Scioscia, the manager of the Los Angeles Angels at Anaheim. I think that is a very, very good rule. It takes a lot of heat off the manager.
First and third with 2 out for Tyler Colvin. For Kyle comes in to talk to Monasterios. Yeah, each manager will have a full 13-man pitching staff. I look at the National League as having an inferior lineup to the American League. But in the starting pitching category, I would give the nod to the National League.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And when you stack them up, if you're talking about Ubaldo Jimenez, Josh Johnson of the Marlins, who leads the big leagues in ERA at 1.7, Adam Wainwright, Roy Halladay.
Yep.
And then you get into the closers. You could see a way the National League could finally break that streak and win this year. Mariano Rivera has bowed out on the American League side because of nagging injuries. First pitch was a strike to Colvin, who was 0 for 3. And now ball 1. If you didn't see what the Phillies did last night, they came back from a 7-1 deficit in the 9th inning to beat Cincinnati. Won 9-7 in 10 innings. Dobbs with a big home run, Cody Ransom, and then Ryan Howard won it in the 10th. Here's a fly ball into right, didn't get all of it. Ethier comes on to grab it and end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Loney, Belliard, Ellis coming up for the Dodgers, who trail by 4.
You know, my brothers and I got our families together at Olive Garden the other night.
Come on, pass a breadstick to your favorite uncle.
ball.
Try Olive Garden's 2 new Parmesan polenta crusted dishes. Sauteed chicken breast topped with a golden Parmesan crust, or try our tender steak medallions, both with mezzaluna ravioli filled with 4 Italian cheeses and our creamy Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks.
You know, these kids are growing up a lot like we did.
Yeah, around family.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Look at that. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, fastest growing for the past 5 years. Obviously, people love saving money.
Welcome to the conference. Here's your name tag, sir. And for you.
No, I'll be okay, thanks.
But how will people know who you are?
You mean the gecko?
Here, let me help you.
Really, it's fine. Yeah.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
First is fast. First is 4G, but plays nice with 3G as well. First has an 8-megapixel HD camera and can stream live video to the web. First has an HDMI out. First shares Wi-Fi with 8 devices at once. First is not Stephen First, who played Flounder in Animal House. First has a kickstand for watching video. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
This is our beach. This is our pool. Our fireworks. And our slip and slide. You have your idea of summer fun, and we have ours.
Now during the summer event, get an exceptionally engineered E-Class for 1.9% APR or lease one for $689 a month.
Coppertone Sport outshines. It protects you from the most damaging rays across 100% of the UVA-UVB spectrum, and the protection stays on better because it's ultra sweat-proof. Coppertone Sport outshines, so you can enjoy the sun.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Tom Gorzolani is pitching into the 6th inning. He's done a nice job. 1 earned run, 1 unearned. He leads by 4-6-2. And Loney will lead off, followed by Belliard and A.J. Ellis.
There's something is weird. Tom Gorzolani, after that last warm-up pitch, kind of wandered over toward third. Ryan Terrio came out to talk. He appears to be all right, but looked like he may have slightly injured himself.
Good breaking ball to start Loney, who's 0 for 2. He struck out, fly to center. The 0-1 pitch. Good pitch again, strike 2. And now the 0-2 pitch from the left-hander is same pitch, a little down and away, ball 1. Ronnie Belliard will follow. He's 0 for 2. A.J. Ellis is 0 for 1. That just missed. It's 2-2.
3 sliders and a fastball away. Loney's ripe to come inside on.
The 2-2. He struck him out and really did a nice job in that at bat. Strikeout number 7 for Gorzolani, and let's go for a direct TV game break. Here's Chris.
All right, guys. The Braves lead the Mets by 4 games in the NL East. It was scoreless till the 5th. Troy Glaus, having an all-star type season, did not make the team. Drives in Chipper, and then Omar Infante is having an all-star season. We will see him in Anaheim. Of course, Brian McCann, who will be in Anaheim as well. It's 4-0 as they move on to the 6th. Joe, back on up to you.
All right, Chris. Belliard goes after the first pitch, grounds to Castro, the shortstop, 2 out.
A.J. Ellis.
Gorzolani, who is 2 strikeouts away from tying a personal high. He has 7. 9 is his high. A former 14-game winner with the Pirates in 07. He's turning in one of his better starts as a Chicago Cub. 2 out, nobody on for A.J. Ellis. One of LA's big power couples, Bert Sugarman and Mary Hart, right behind home plate. Big Dodger fans. Always here, game after game, as that one's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Basking in the sunshine, there's Mary with Bert to her left, our right. And their Dodgers trail by 4 here in the 6th. 2 out, nobody on, and now a little flare into right. It's going to fall for a hit. And A.J. Ellis is on base for the 2nd time in this game. He's on with 2 out here in the 6th.
Joe, I know from a player's standpoint, back in the late 50s and early 60s, when the Dodgers moved out here to Los Angeles from Brooklyn to LA in 1958, the players, the visiting players, were just overwhelmed with the sense of celebrity in this town, and how Hollywood stars took to Major League Baseball players, obviously, particularly the Dodgers. When they played the old Coliseum, that was the first 4 years, 58 through 61. Dodger Stadium, the 3rd oldest ballpark now, next to Fenway and Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
It is.
Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, and then Dodger Stadium. It's the 3rd oldest venue, and it's still one of the best. There's a pitch that drives Xavier Paul off the plate. It's 2-0 from Gorzelani. And here comes Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, to visit, trying to help them get that final out and get through 6.
Yeah, I think Larry saw what we saw that last warm-up pitch when he kind of fell off the mound, looked like he stumbled a little bit. Terrio came out there, and I think Larry's just checking on him right now. Here's the last warm-up pitch that Gorzelani threw before starting the 6th inning.
Quick visit. Rothschild back to the dugout. Counts 2-0. Blake DeWitt on deck, batting in the number 9 spot. Russell and Cashner. 2 members of that young bullpen getting loose. Here's a foul, back and out of play. Off a pair of hands and down into the dugout club. Two balls and a strike. Paul looking for his 3rd hit. Runner at first, 2 out, and a fly ball pretty well hit into left center field, but Bird will have room in front of the track, and the inning is over. A hit, a man left. 6 in the game for the Dodgers.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Does car buying give you that queasy feeling inside? Well, take 2 of these and see us right away. We've got your remedy to save you money. Here's your prescription to healthy car buying. Take 3.9% financing, mix it with no money down, and with over 700 vehicles in stock, you'll feel great. Get 2009 Impala, 65 to choose from with miles as low as 7,000. Many loaded with leather, moonroof, Bose sound system, starting at $13,888 or just $233 per month. You gotta go green. Green Chevrolet, Avenue of the Cities in East Moline.
With the Iowa Lottery's Cash Bonanza, there are more different ways to win than ever before.
Oh, yeah!
So don't be surprised if you see more different winners than ever before. Cash Bonanza. What kind of winner would you be if you won?
Woohoo!
With the Iowa Lottery's Cash Bonanza, there are more different ways to win than ever before. So don't be surprised if you see more different winners than ever before. Cash Bonanza. What kind of winner would you be if you won?
Woohoo!
I worked on a plane design in Morocco.
Our company helped build Lambeau Field.
I work for NASCAR.
If you're looking for an exciting career, you belong here.
Morrison Institute of Technology.
Matt sells trucks, and I'm jealous because here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, all he really has to do is say, hey guys, did you know the F-Series is the best-selling truck in America for the last 33 years? Or, pardon me, sir, did you know the Ford Ranger is the most fuel-efficient pickup in the country? Now his job's even easier because the deals are even better. Unbelievable. Matt, how you doing? Get you anything? Latte? Nah, he's good.
Get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 in savings plus $1,000 bonus cash.
In other words, they're built Ford tough, right? I could do this all day.
Laugh Out Loud with 2.5 Men. Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
How about that shot of the Getty Museum? Beautiful. We move to the 7th inning here at Dodger Stadium. Batter is Derek Lee. 3, 4, and 5 hitters against Monasterios. Lee, Ramirez, and Bird. Cubs lead by 4. Derek Lee, 2 out of 3, takes the ball. Single in the first, single and a run scored in the third. The 1-0 pitch for Monasterios, his second inning of work. A breaking ball is in for a strike.
This game shows no signs of it, but I remember doing a game in this ballpark with your dad, Cubs and Dodgers, back in 1990. A 13-inning game where the blimp ran out of gas. Ooh. And I had to go back to the base. Didn't topple or anything like that. Nothing severe happened, but the blimp had to leave.
The pitch down and in, 2 balls and a strike. Foul off the end of the bat right side, 2-2.
Now that's a long game when that happens.
Joe West was not flying a blimp.
No.
I didn't know that the blimp needed gas.
Well, whatever it needed.
I don't know. I mean, I just thought they floated around up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they go on either, but I assumed it was gas. It was whatever fueled the blimp, and I just assumed it was gas.
It's got to be gas, I would imagine. It's not like fizzy lifting drink from Willy Wonka's factory or anything that makes them fly around up above. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And a strikeout from Monasterios, his first since entering the beginning of last inning. And only the third Cubs strikeout. First of a non-pitcher. Orsolani struck out twice after striking out Tim 26 times the first 2 games of this 4-game series.
Cut down on your strikeouts and add on to your run total.
Ramos Ramirez has a hit. The average just over 200, and now he flies one to center. Back is Kemp at the wall. This ball's gone. And Aramis Ramirez continues to stay hot. He pops his 10th. Hit 3 home runs at Arizona. Now he goes deep here to center at Dodger Stadium to make it 7-2.
Hanging slider to Ramirez. Tremendous power the other way. We talked about his left thumb earlier. We thought it was on top of the left index finger, but as it is shown right here, that swing looked like the old Aramis Ramirez in a lot of ways.
Fastball for a strike to Marlon Byrd. Monasterios was hoping somehow the ballpark would hold it. It would not. And it's a 5-run lead again for the Cubs. There's a strike. It's 0-2 on Byrd. Was walked and scored, been hit by a pitch, thrown out at the plate and grounded out. The 0-2 from Monasterios. Down and in, ball 1. Byrd came in 7 for 9 over the first 2 games of this series. 0 for 1 in this one. 1-2 pitch is high and tight. It's a good story. Ken Rosenthal is Marlon Byrd, and we'll see him on Tuesday night in Anaheim.
Rags to riches here, Joe. 2006 in September,
He was home after the Nationals minor league season ended. He went to a Phillies game as a fan, saw his old friends in the Phillies organization, was preparing hitting tapes of himself to show Japanese clubs. Next year signs with the Rangers, gets designated for assignment at the end of spring training, continues working out, is watching the Rangers on TV, later joins that club, and here he is a few years later, an all-star as selected by his peers.
At the age of 32. A first-timer on Tuesday night. Here is a 2-2 pitch. A strikeout for out number 2. 76-mile-per-hour pitch. Monasterios took something off, 2 out.
So many stories of the All-Stars in both leagues, and the one I was particularly taken with, Arthur Rhodes, who at age 40 is making his first All-Star appearance, and he is dedicating that appearance to his 5-year-old son that died several years ago, 2 years ago. It's one of the warmest stories, and when he received the news from Dusty Baker, he just broke down and cried. You can well understand his feelings.
Son's name was Jordan. He will put JR in the mound dirt before he pitches if he gets into the game on Tuesday night. And you can see the managers and the leagues now are selecting, Major League Baseball selecting players to fit into a team type roster a little more than they have in years past. So you have set up relievers like Matt Thornton in the American League, and then the aforementioned Arthur Rhodes of the Cincinnati Reds, who's had a very good year in the National League. 2 balls and a strike on Soriano, who's 0 for 2. Does have an RBI, came on a bases loaded walk. Good changeup. Monasterios is featuring in the count, 2-2. In the bottom of the 7th inning, it's now a 5-run game after the home run by Aramis Ramirez. It'll be DeWitt for Kyle and a pinch hitter. And we are going there now. Monasterios struck out the side, but Aramis Ramirez got him to straightaway center field. It's Chicago 7, Dodgers 2. Time to stretch in LA.
We're pretty good about cutting down on our bills. What? Hi, honey. Lights out.
But to save even more money, we went to Lowe's.
I told them an Energy Star washer would save about $500 a lifetime, and a WaterSense toilet can save up to $90 a year.
Plus, Lowe's is the only retailer to win the EPA's highest award from Energy Star and WaterSense.
They're trying to embarrass me.
No!
Oh, come on.
Experience. Lowe's. Let's build something together. Now through July 30th, get up to $8,000 in instant savings when you purchase special order kitchen cabinets.
Can utility be a poster? Can utility keep you up at night, dreaming? Can utility put thoughts in your head? Depends on what you mean by utility. The new Cayenne and Cayenne S Hybrid, born from Porsche intelligent performance to be lighter, more agile, more efficient. More Porsche than ever.
People don't just come to GE Capital for money, they come to us for help. At GE Capital, we've been financing Taylor guitars for over 8 years, helping them build a strong dealer network, bringing music to people. I like that.
I didn't know you could play.
I didn't either.
Professionals need to perform under pressure. And pressure can cause anyone's deodorant to fail. Introducing Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant. Unlike regular deodorants, it targets and neutralizes odor at the source. Help eliminate odor. Don't just cover it up. Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant. Also try Odor Shield technology in new body wash.
Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Taco Bell is sponsored by GE Capital, by Lowe's, let's build something together, and by new Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant. Help eliminate odor, don't just cover it up. Our Verizon game summary as we move into the bottom of the 7th inning. Sean Marshall takes over on the mound for Chicago. Gorzelani very good. Eli with an ERA that's just under 20. His last 2 starts, only went 2 1/3 innings here today. Castro and Soto have had a lot of action in the 7-8 spots. 5 hits, a home run in there, 5 RBIs. And for Tom Gorzelani, he was outstanding. 6 innings, struck out 7, walked 1, and allowed 1 earned run. Seven strikeouts, just 2 shy of his career high. And Gorzelani certainly pitched like he wanted the win here today, and he's in line for it if the Cubs bullpen can hang on to a lead, which is now 5. Tyler Colvin goes from right to left. Kosuke Fukudome is in right. And the pitcher, Marshall, will bat in the number 6 spot, where Soriano was. Fukudome will hit 9th. First up, DeWitt takes a strike. It's the 9-1 and 2 hitters. The 2 hitter in the lineup now for the Dodgers is the pitcher, so there's action for LA and their bullpen. Marshall has been outstanding as the left-handed setup man for one of the better closers in the game, and somebody who made a strong argument and a strong case to be an all-star, Carlos Marmol. The 0-2 is ball 1. DeWitt struck out in his only previous at bat. A 1-2 delivery from Marshall's inside, 2-2. Detroit beating Minnesota again. Detroit has taken over the top spot in the Central. There's a fly ball into right. Pretty well hit. Back is Fukudome on the track. 1 out. And DeWitt's 0 for 2 since pinch hitting in the 5th.
It is amazing, and has always amazed people in and around the game for years, how that little ball can find a defensive replacement in the late innings. Fukudome just in the game and records the first out here in the 7th.
Batter is for Call, who singled his last time up, scored a run on a throwing error by the center fielder Marlon Byrd on a ball hit by Ethier. Strike 1. Casey Blake has come into the on-deck circle. He will bat for Monasterios, who went 2. Allowed a run on 2 hits. The home run by Ramirez. Here's the 0-2. Cal may have broken his bat. He did. Good pitch in on the hands from Marshall.
Joe, you talked about why Lou Piniella thinks Carlos Marmol should be an all-star. He's worked 40 2/3 innings and leads all major league relievers with 77 strikeouts. That's almost 2 an inning. 2/3 of his outs have been strikeouts.
Pitch way outside ball 1. Yeah, he's averaging just over 17 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched.
Staggering.
Here's the 1-2 to Furcal. Just missed. 2-2.
This is the only time of the year, about a week to 10 days before the All-Star break, that you hear the word snub connected to the All-Star game.
Here's a foul off the bat of Furcal, who was snubbed. Rafael Furcal certainly deserves a spot, but when every team needs a representative, somebody like Furcal or Marmol are going to get shoved out.
Yep.
The 2-2 pitch. chopped foul right side. And I for one, don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't either.
I think every team should have a representative.
I agree with that. There are a lot of people, however, thinking that, well, if it's an all-star game, it should be the 34 best players in the league. But I think having each team represented is a fair thing that was started years ago and should continue.
1 out, bases empty, 2-2 pitch from Marshall. After that long look in, here it is. Slicing fly ball into right. Back is Fukudome on the run. Out number 2, DirecTV game break. Here's Chris Rose.
All right, Joe, earlier in the week, Johnny Damon hit a walk-off. This one, a 3-run crank in the 5th off of Nick Blackburn, who got toasted for 4 homers on the day. The Tigers continue to lead the Central and this game. And, guys, how about the career of Johnny Damon? Earlier this week, picked up his 2,500th career hit. 7-4 in the 8th. Back on up to the booth.
All right, Chris, thank you. And so for Minnesota, team that led that division from the get-go, they are now looking at possible 4-game deficit in the AL Central.
How about the White Sox?
It didn't look for a while there like Ozzie Guillen, who worked with us during the postseason last year and is somebody that you can always go to for a great quote, was going to make it through the end of May.
No.
And now, with the way that they have played, they're just a half game out in the AL Central. They've won 8 of their last 10. They've won 6 in a row. They dominated interleague play, 15-3 against the National League. That's a big reason why the White Sox were able to jump back in it and be right now a half game behind Detroit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Casey Blake pinch hitting for Monasterio, still 1-2. Cubs may have an opportunity to bring Andrew Kashner into the game before the end of this one. He's young, not that young. He's a guy that can light up a radar gun, and here's a base hit to center off the bat of Blake. Play is made by Bird, who slides in left center field and may have hurt himself. Trying to avoid Casey Blake taking an extra base. Shaking out that left hand. Let's take another look. What a good play by Marlon Byrd in left center, and at least for now he appears to be okay, although he's bent over in center field grabbing his knees. Batter now is Ethier. Ball 1.
I think it would take a team of wild horses or a broken bone to keep Marlon Byrd out of Tuesday night's game.
Or a manager in Charlie Manuel who doesn't put him in.
Well, yeah. No control over that, of course.
Here's the 1-0. 2-0 on Ethier. Andre is number 2 in the league with his average at .322 at the start of the day. He has an RBI single, 1 for 3, 53 RBIs on the year. Blake at first with 2 out and a 2-0 count on Ethier. Strike 1. Yankees lead by 3 games in the AL East. Boston's 5 out at the start of the day, and they were losing, I believe, lost to the Toronto Blue Jays. They're 5.5 out. And in the West, it's the Texas Rangers. They lead by 4.5 over the Angels.
Once again, the Rangers with Cliff Lee starting for them tonight against the Baltimore Orioles down in Texas. What a reception he will get.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch to Ethier. Ground ball to second. Right at Theriot. The inning is over. We have played 7 at Dodger Stadium. Beautiful venue, beautiful day, Santa Monica Pier. Memorial 1 in Southern California. Cubs lead it 7-2.
Here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales event, Joel's daughter has fallen in love with Ford Focus. And really, who can blame her? Focus is good looking and very smart. That Sync technology is like a giant brain. And now, Ford Focus is highest ranked in initial quality. Very attractive. As for Joel, well, he's not losing a daughter. He's gaining a Focus.
Hurry into the Ford Model Year-End Sales event and get a Focus for 0% financing for 60 months.
What are you waiting for? Drive one.
Taco Bell's $2 meal deal, each with a Taco Bell Original, Doritos chips, and a medium soda. 3 items, $2. Now that's a deal.
So I buy a beefy 5-layer burrito and drink, and you throw in the chips for free?
How about you just give me $2 and it's all free?
Let's do it.
Why pay more?
They're fishermen, they're shrimpers, they're laborers, they're deckhands, they're people who work in restaurants. These are the people of the Gulf Coast who need our help. I'm Daryl Willis. I oversee BP's claims process on the Gulf Coast. BP has got to make things right, and that's why we're here. Part of that responsibility is letting you know what we're doing to make it right. We're replacing the lost income for fishermen, small businessmen, and others who aren't able to work until the spill is cleaned up. Our claims line is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People can call or go online, and 900 people are here to help them file their claims and get their checks. Working with the government, we're already paying tens of thousands of claims. We've agreed to create a $20 billion claims fund, administered independently, and it's at no cost to taxpayers. I was born and raised in Louisiana. I volunteered for this assignment because this is my home. I'll be here in the Gulf as long as it takes to make this right.
Everybody dude, your car. Oh, that's okay. Here, watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, hey, Kim.
Who is that guy? That's my agent, Rich. Can I try? Yeah, go for it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With a hot guy.
What's up?
This could work. Who's also sensitive.
He's a rescue.
But has a dark side.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, dark side. Get your feet off the car.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Well, it's an issue with the left hand, maybe in particular the left thumb of Marlon Byrd when he made that play in left center field. The ball hit by Casey Blake. He went right to Mark O'Neill, the trainer of the Cubs, who looked at that left thumb. As Justin Miller takes over and fires a strike to Starlin Castro, who's 2 for 3. Byrd down the steps. The tunnel, I believe, talking to Alan Trammell, who's now the acting manager after Piniella was ejected. We'll see if Marlon Byrd continues. The count's 0-2 on Castro. Justin Miller is so heavily tattooed on his arms that he is required to wear sleeves because it's considered a distraction to the hitters. Castro steps out, and Bird's doesn't appear as frustrated as he was a moment ago. That's high, ball 1. Justin Miller promised his wife that the tattoos would stop below the neck. Nothing above the neck. But it's all up and down his arms as the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And peeking out onto his left hand and his right hand. 2-2. Castro trying to reach base for the 3rd time today. Miller deals and fooled him. Out number 1 here in the 8th. Well, we look ahead to next Saturday. The All-Star break is coming up this week, and then next Saturday, back at it. Fox Saturday Baseball. You'll either see the Dodgers at the Cardinals or the Tampa Bay Rays at the Yankees. 2 good matchups. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern. Check your local listings. And there's Cashner, the hard-throwing right-hander, getting loose. I want to see him pitch. Anybody who can throw 100, I want to see him pitch.
Me too.
Soto with 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miller is the 4th pitcher of the day for the Dodgers, who had their starter Eli leave after 2 1/3 innings. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back. Bullpen's been good. They've worked now 5 full innings and allowed 1 run. That came on the home run by Aramis Ramirez last inning off Monasterios. Fukudome next. Here's a 1-2. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now the strikeouts are piling up again for Chicago. That's the last 5 outs recorded by Dodger pitchers, all via the strikeout.
Good breaking ball from Miller. We don't want to misrepresent ourselves. We don't want to lead you to believe that velocity is the main thing that gets hitters out. Movement and location come before velocity. But when you throw 100 miles an hour, that changes things considerably. Very few people can catch up to a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Now you throw 100 miles an hour with movement,
yeah, well,
and control,
and a good changeup.
Your name might be Strasburg. 2 out, nobody on. The 0-1 pitch inside. Fukudome has been a disappointment. When you look at his numbers, he's always been a fast starter. He's a career .305 hitter through the end of May. But since coming to the Cubs, he's just a .228 hitter the rest of the way. That's a strike over the outside corner. Fukudome hit a home run on Monday, hit a home run on Tuesday. The one on Monday was his first since the 20th of May. And he is in year 3 of a 4-year, $48 million contract. Here's a grounder to second, picked up by DeWitt. Sends us to the bottom of the 8th. For the Dodgers, it will be Kemp, Loney, Belliard as they trail by 5.
Check it out. I'm closer to the Blizzard Mobile than you.
No.
I'm closer.
No, I am.
No, I am.
I'm closer.
Hey, that's enough from both of you. Besides, your mother's clearly the closest.
Closer, honey, get me closer.
I'm working on it.
Come on, honey.
Celebrate the Blizzard's 25th with the new Pecan Pie Blizzard. Crispy pie crust and roasted caramel. Then follow the party tour at DQ.com.
Breathtaking.
Ladies, hello. It's me again, your TV. I cut your cable to show you a no-brainer, DirecTV. With DirecTV, you can record a show in this room, so the kids can watch it in this room. Or this room. Or perhaps this room. Any room. I'm talking options, ladies. You love them. DirecTV has them. So give them a call. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
Say you're looking for
the perfect fridge.
Perfect for 2.
3
of us. Got it.
Well, only Sears has the top 10 brands.
And Samsung makes cubed ice.
Gotta have the cube, not the crescent.
Or the crushed. It's settled. Cubed.
Check out this Whirlpool side by side.
Side by side, but don't we want the bottom freezer?
This new Kenmore Elite is exactly what you're looking for. Plus enough space for
5 of us.
5? Thought we said
4?
Right.
Yeah, but have you seen this fridge?
The top 10 brands, including the all-new Kenmore Elite. Get 15% off all appliances, plus an extra 5% with your Sears card on all Kenmore appliances. Sears, life well spent.
To stay on top of my game after 50, I switched to a complete multivitamin with more. Only one a day men's 50+ Advantage has ginkgo for memory and concentration, plus support for heart health. That's a great call.
One a day men's.
The after, the gratitude, the resolve, the protein to recover, the electrolytes to hydrate. Introducing new Gatorade Recover, part of the G Series.
Fox Saturday Baseball is sponsored by Sears Blue Lawn and Garden Crew, by Dairy Queen, and by DirecTV. Watch and record in multiple rooms with just one DVR. Bottom of the 8th rolls in. Guy was just dancing to Don't Stop Believing. He only knows the new Journey, not the Steve Perry Journey.
You asked Joe Torre earlier if James Loney could play guitar. There's a young man who looks like he could play guitar.
And here's a guy who can throw hard, and Andrew Kashner, who takes over in the 8th. Kemp, Loney, and Ronnie Belliard for a guy who came up at the end of May. The 0-1, 97, strike 2. A lot of teams looking for hard throwers. It seems like there are a lot of hard throwing pitchers, more here in 2010 than we've seen in years past. Guys that can legitimately hit 100 miles per hour. He was told when the team headed out of Chicago, got to Arizona, just to let it go. He was trying to aim it too much, and the results have been terrific.
If you're a catcher with a young pitcher like this, your target is right down the middle, like that.
And Kemp is gone as he heads back to the bat rack.
Number 7, James.
With his shoulder slumped.
Forget the corners. Throw it right down the pipe and let him try to catch up to it. Most won't.
Brings in Loney, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. When they first got a look at Kashner when he came up, basically the beginning of June, the last day of May, they liked what they saw. He had success. They moved him into the later innings to try and set up Marmol. Gave up a couple of home runs, struggled a bit, so they moved him back down earlier in ball games, and now here he is back in the 8th inning role. This could be a valuable piece to this bullpen for the Cubs for years to come, as he's behind in the count 2-0 to James Loney. But why not? I mean, let this guy see if he can handle the 8th inning, and what's the difference? You're 11 games under 500 and 10.5 games out.
Yep.
2-0, 3-0. Haven't seen anything but fastballs from Kashner. There's a strike, 3-1. Here is a 3-1. Squirter to the shortstop. Castro, part of that young core that the Cubs hope to build around. 2 out, Ken Rosenthal. There are some pieces here, and there are some good young pieces for the Cubs.
Yes, there are, Joe, and you mentioned them earlier. Castro, Colvin, and now Kashner. They actually have the nucleus of a pretty good pitching staff for next year. You look at the rotation. We saw Gorzolani today. Dempster is back. Randy Wells, Carlos Silva. Only Lilly is a free agent. He may be traded. And then the bullpen, you go Marshall, Kashner, and Marmol. That's pretty good.
There's Ted Lilly, who has a limited no-trade clause. Derek Lee, who could find his way to another team, has a full no-trade situation with his contract as Kashner misses high. The count's 2-0. There's the young group. Colvin with his 12 home runs to lead National League rookies. Castro's been very good. He's 20 years old, and Kashner is 2/3 of the way through the 8th inning. He hasn't even broken a sweat yet. Here's a 2-1. 3-1. Perfect situation for him, though, up by 5 in the 8th. He got through Kemp. Took care of Loney, getting behind in the count, 3-0, coming back to get him. Now he's 3-1 on Ronnie Belliard. The next, a 2-out walk. Log on to Facebook.com/Fox Sports, Twitter.com/MLB on Fox, or MySpace.com/Fox Sports. Are you an All-Star trivia buff? Look for All-Star Game questions by logging on to Twitter.com/MLB on Fox during today's game and the days leading up to the Midsummer Classic on Tuesday night. First right answer to each question wins Fox Sports merchandise. Here's Russell Martin, who's pinch hitting. for A.J. Ellis. Last night, Russell hit a 3-run home run for the first runs of the game for the Dodgers. That's outside for ball 1. And when Russell did that, it was his first home run since the 11th of May.
You look down at Russell Martin, and obviously his name is Russell Martin. He has 4 first names. But the reason that he has the initial on his back, J. Martin, is he wanted to include his mother's family. So J is the first letter with which his mother's family started. So that's why the J instead of the R. Martin is on there.
It's down and away. It's 2-0. And here comes Larry Rothschild to try and bring the rookie back into the strike zone. Otherwise, the Dodgers don't have another Martin on their team, so it's not like Russell's going to get his jersey confused with somebody else.
No.
Or any fan would get confused which Martin is that. It's Russell. And after the visit, left-hander is getting loose. Russell. It's James Russell with an eye on Xavier Paul on deck. Count's gone to 2-0 on Martin. Belliard's not going anywhere, down by 5, and the pitch from Cashner is not close. 3-0. If Cashner doesn't get Russell Martin, with them getting James Russell ready in the bullpen, you kind of expect a pitching change. But I'll go back to what I said earlier. Why not see if he can get out of the inning?
Yep.
Back-to-back walks here in the 8th.
No, you've got a cushion. You've got a 5-run lead. Now, Joe, I was just thinking about the first time the All-Star game was played in Anaheim was 1967. We're going to have a pitching change and pick up on it, but that was the year after Sandy Koufax retired. And there were 5 Hall of Famers who pitched for the National League that year. 5 of the 7 pitchers.
Cashner got the first 2 here in the 8th, walked the next 2. He is out. James Russell, the lefty, is coming in with Xavier Paul coming up.
Can you imagine the game played on anything less than the most beautiful grass you've ever seen? Neither can we. Scott's, official lawn care company of Major League Baseball.
Breathtaking. Ladies, hello. It's me again, your TV. I cut your cable to show you a no-brainer, DirecTV. With DirecTV, you can record a show in this room, so the kids can watch it in this room. Or this room. Or perhaps this room. Any room. I'm talking options, ladies. You love them. DirecTV has them. So give them a call. DirecTV. It'll change your life.
It's pain relief without the pills.
No pills, no pain.
How can you get pain relief without taking pills around the clock? Try Thermacare heat wraps for all-day relief without pills.
I was surprised. Thermacare worked all day.
You feel the heat and it relaxes and unlocks the muscle. You gotta try it.
Thermacare, more effective for back pain than the maximum dose of acetaminophen, the medicine, and Tylenol. Go to thermacare.com today for a $3 off coupon. Thermacare, no pills, no pain, just relief.
Making his first start of this season.
Oh, well, I'm going out west where I belong.
The 2010 All-Star Game, live Tuesday, only on Fox.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Left-hander, another rookie, James Russell, takes over for Cashner, who went 2/3, struck out 1, walked 2. And now it's Xavier Paul against James Russell. It's over but low, ball 1. Marmol's getting loose, and you get the feeling that this is it for Russell. Either he gets Paul or they leave him in to get DeWitt. But Marmol's been such a shutdown pitcher. And wins have been so hard to come by. I guess the Cubs don't want to toy with this stuff anymore. Here's a 1-0. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alan Trammell, the bench coach, is the acting manager after Piniella was ejected. Arguing a play at first base when it happened, and later on after the inning, play that involved the guy at the plate, Xavier Paul, who takes strike 2. Second time up with the Cubs for James Russell, was recalled on the 29th of June. 18 strikeouts, only 4 walks with the Cubs this season. And now another. Number 19, good work by James Russell. We go to the 9th. Cubs lead it by 5. It's 7-2 Chicago.
Cats may look cute on the internet, but that's just part of their cover.
Look out! Assassin! It is on, Furball!
I'm gonna enjoy this.
This is just a little too adorable for my taste.
On July 30th, in 3D.
Time for Plan B.
I hate Plan B!
The secret world of cats and dogs will be revealed.
Meow.
That ain't right. Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. Rated PG.
With more horsepower than anyone and more torque than anyone, it's the most powerful half-ton crew in America. A Consumer's Digest Best Buy and a powertrain backed for 100,000 miles. Chevy Silverado Half-Ton, the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
Hi, I'm looking to save money on my car insurance. How do I know if I'm getting a good deal? You should talk to the specialist. The specialist? He compares rates side by side. You could save hundreds. It's easy. Great. Okay, Pickles. Do your thing. Oh, that's amazing. I trained him myself. I meant the... Okay.
Same coverage, more savings. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
You know, my brothers and I got our families together at Olive Garden the other night.
Come on, pass the breadstick to your favorite uncle.
Oh!
We had a ball.
Try Olive Garden's 2 new Parmesan polenta crusted dishes. Sauteed chicken breast topped with a golden Parmesan crust, or try our tender steak medallions, both with mezzaluna ravioli filled with 4 Italian cheeses and our creamy Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks.
You know, these kids are growing up a lot like we did.
Yeah, around family.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
So many unforgettable moments in All-Star Game history.
To take a home run away from Barry Bonds. Throw by Hart. Save!
What can we expect this year? All-Star Game. Check it out on Fox.
Russell Martin, who pinch hit in the bottom of the 8th inning and drew a walk, stays in the game to catch. Justin Miller back to work and fires a strike to Terrio. Top of the order for the Cubs. Terrio, then Colvin, then Derek Lee. Perfect inning in the 8th for Miller, and now a pitch down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 9th inning for the Dodgers will have DeWitt for call, and then a pinch hitter. Cubs got 3 runs in the 2nd, an RBI by Castro, a 2-run home run by Soto, 3 more in the 3rd. At 6-0 until the Dodgers got 2 in the 5th. There's strike 2 on Terrio. Cubs made it a 5-run game again with a home run by Aramis Ramirez in the 7th. And the rookie Colvin does it all. It's 12 home runs, and he plays bat boy by getting the baseball on the foul ball. Back to the screen by Terrio, and now the 1-2 pitch from Justin Miller. 2-2. Miller's 2-2 pitch popped into center field. A late break coming on is Kemp for out number 1. And a hitless day for Ryan Terrio, 0 for 3 with 2 walks. It'll bring in Tyler Colvin. Pick a stat, pick a player, build your fantasy baseball hot streak. Correctly pick 10 straight and win a Fox Sports baseball cap. You join hundreds of others who are already wearing theirs. Current longest streak is at 30. Held by Katie 316. Wonder if Katie knows John 316. Get your streak started today at foxsports.com/fantasy. Tyler Colvin is 0 for 4. And his average is at 264. Fouls it back on a high delivery. Strike 1. Top of the 9th inning. Cubs trying to win for the 39th time this season, for the first time in LA on this trip, and for the 4th time on this 7-game road trip with 1 to go tomorrow night. Change of pace from Miller, and that's strike 2. Carlos Silva is scheduled to be the starter for the Cubs. He's dealing with a right calf strain and may not make that start tomorrow night. Vicente Padilla, who's been so good since coming off the disabled list on June 19th, will get the ball for the Dodgers. 1-2 pitch struck him out. 2 out.
Pitching rules, doesn't it, Joe? We talked about Koufax earlier retiring after winning 27 games in 1966, as Colvin is down on strikes. And that all-star game in Anaheim, first year in Anaheim, Juan Marichal, Ferguson Jenkins, Bob Gibson, Don Drysdale won that game. Tom Seaver got the save. A 15-inning game won by a Hall of Famer, Tony Perez, who homered in the top of the 15th inning.
5 of those 7 inducted into the Hall of Fame. Here's a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike on Derek Lee. Now the home plate umpire has to go back and get that foul ball. The Bat Boys are asleep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2 out, nobody on. 2-1.
Think about Koufax retiring after he won 27. I don't think anybody's ever won 27 games and retired after that season.
There's a strike in at the knees to Derek Lee. 2-2.
We have not checked that with our Stats Inc. people, but I feel relatively sure that that's.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Probably a good chance. That hasn't happened except one time. What good work by Justin Miller. 4 strikeouts through 2 scoreless perfect innings. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Dodgers, who trail it 7-2.
There's complete. And then there's most complete, like what you get from Centrum Ultra Men's, the most complete multivitamin for men. It has antioxidants to help support your immunity and nutrients like vitamin D for your colon. Centrum Ultra Men's.
Let's say your family's committed to going green and saving money.
How much longer?
Till the lemonade gets cold, champ.
We need a better way.
Only Sears lets you compare all the top Energy Star qualified brands like Whirlpool, Samsung, and the new Kenmore Elite, which is
designed to Energy Star requirements, saving you more than $80 a year compared to.
Can you recommend
a dishwasher? Plenty.
The most Energy Star qualified appliances and the one most perfect for you. Get 15% off all appliances plus an extra 5% with your Sears card on all Kenmore appliances. Sears, life well spent.
The before, the expectation, the B vitamins, then carbs to ignite. The during, the collision, the power, the original Gatorade. The after, the gratitude, the protein to recover. Introducing the G-Series from Gatorade. Prime, perform, recover.
The coastal town.
Well, hello. It's your TV. I unplugged your cable so I can show you something genius. DirecTV. With DirecTV, now you only need one DVR for the whole house. Record a movie in the living room. Watch it in the bedroom, pause it, and pick it up in the bathroom because you can. I know what you're thinking. Dreams really do come true, and cable can't do that. So give them a call and hook me up. DirecTV, it'll change your life.
Tonight on Fox, there's no better action than the real-life action of Cops. It's an all-new part of a full hour as you help police catch a brutal cult member on the run on an all-new America's Most Wanted. All starts tonight, 8 Eastern, 7 Central here on Fox. Here's Marmol, who can get wild from time to time, but when he throws strikes, he is easily one of the hardest to hit in the big leagues. In his career, opponents have hit just 177 against him. That is the lowest with a minimum of 1,000 batters faced since 1920. Oh my gosh. Billy Wagner's number 2 on that list. Percival, K-Rod, Armando Benitez. There's a foul back, strike 2. As we mentioned earlier, 17 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched is what he's averaging. It's a little misleading. He's a 1 inning guy typically. That is the highest all time by plenty. That's just out of the strike zone. A breaking ball, 2-2.
One of the reasons that he's wild is why he's so successful. He has really no idea where that slider's going like that. He throws a middle of the plate slider. He doesn't have to be on the corner similar to Cashner because he throws so hard. But Marmol will throw it at any time. Even with the 5-run lead, you may see it now.
Blake DeWitt leading it off. Full count, takes a walk. Leadoff man is on, and the batter will be Rafael Furcal. So with a 5-run lead needing to get some work, Marmol gets the ball. And the bullpen now for Chicago has 3 left in it. Atkins, Berg, and Howry. They don't hold against DeWitt. Furcal takes a strike.
A lot of times in this situation with his team trailing by 5 runs, the Dodgers needing a base runner. Furcal has that little swinging bunt.
Into right center field. That ball is caught by Marlon Byrd. 1 out. It's good to see Byrd able to continue after injuring his thumb back in the 7th. Producer of today's game is Pete Macheska as Garrett Anderson walks to the plate to pinch hit. Justin Miller was perfect in 2 innings with 4 strikeouts. The director's Bill Webb. Associate director is Aaron Stoikov. Broadcast associate is Eric Mandia. Steve Horn is our editorial consultant. And he will hole himself up in the hotel room and go through numbers and storylines for the All-Star game on Tuesday night. Here's a foul off the bat of Garrett Anderson, strike 1. Statisticians are Wayne Fiddleman, Dennis D'Agostino. Thanks as always to Dave Schwalbe, who helps us up here in the booth. Technical producer Dan Rotante, technical director Jonathan Evans. Here's an 0-1 pitch with Ethier on deck, strike 2. Bottom fell out of that delivery. And finally, the pregame show is produced by Don Bowie, senior videotape producer Janice Kazaza, coordinating studio producer Fox Sports is Scott Ackerson. The senior VP of production is Jack Simmons. Here's a check swing. Did he go? He did not. And the count 2-2 on Anderson. Actually 1-2. 1 on, 1 out. Winner will be Gorzolani, who was outstanding. There's strike 3, 2 away.
Yeah, that's an unintentional backdoor breaking ball.
And Marmol will deal with Ethier, who has an RBI hit, sent Marlon Byrd to the wall in the first inning, straightaway center field. 1 for 4 with an RBI. Gorzolani went 6, allowed 2 runs, only 1 earned on 6 hits. DeWitt takes second. Be no stolen base. Strike 1 on Ethier. And for Tom Gorzolani, in his 6 innings, he struck out 7, as opposed to his last time out. He walked only 1. Last time at Arizona on Monday night, he walked 6. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Ball 2. Gorzolani, then Marshall for 1 inning, Cashner for 2/3, James Russell 1/3. That's a fair ball down the third base and now left field line. In to score is DeWitt. Second RBI for Ethier, and it's 7-3.
Good decision by Ethier not to go to second base. You don't even attempt taking the extra base. You're trailing by 4 in the 9th. Ball just fair down the third base line. And a good play by Colvin, the left fielder, to hold Ethier to a single.
Here's Matt Kemp. There's a base hit to left by Kemp. Ethier was running on the pitch. He'll end up at third base. It's 1st and 3rd with 2 out. The Dodgers are 1 base runner away from bringing up the tying run here in the 9th.
So instead of Lou Piniella pacing up and down the dugout, he's pacing up and down his office.
Wondering if this will be win number 39 on the year for the Cubs. Win number 4 on this trip. With 1 to go. Trying to go to 4-2 on this road trip before they take on Padilla tomorrow night.
There have already been 2 comebacks by 2 major league teams this week when they trailed by 6 in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Rockies on Tuesday night and the Philadelphia Phillies last night.
Strike 1 on James Loney. Problem for the Dodgers is their big bats are gone after Loney on deck is Belliard. There's strike 2. Loney is 0 for 4 in this game with a pair of strikeouts. He's hit just 5 home runs this season, but he's driven in 59, 8th best total in the league. 0-2 pitch. A little pop up. Castro. Game over. Cubs win it 7-3. Gorzolani the winner, now 4-5. John Eli is the loser, now 4-7. And after that quick little meeting in the outfield, it's a 7-3 win for the Cubs. Marmol ends it on the mound. We will come back for more postgame right after this to LA.
A woman is diagnosed with breast cancer every 3 minutes.
The Breast Cancer Research Foundation improves prevention and treatment by funding the top researchers around the world.
Fox Sports asked you to join our team and text CURE to 27722. A one-time $10 donation will be added to your phone bill. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Support the Breast Cancer Research Foundation today to save lives tomorrow.
In the legal justice system,
State's attorneys prosecute people in court every day. Jack Schwartz & Associates is your defense. If you find yourself in legal trouble, protect your rights. Call me, Jack Schwartz, at 793-HELP or 1-800-798-ATTORNEY. We are your quality, low-cost leader for legal services. Call for your free consultation now. Call me, Jack Schwartz, at 793-HELP or 1-800-798-ATTORNEY. Remember, the law is not all black and white. There are always shades of gray.
Vanessa's normally a very decisive woman, but here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales event, she finds herself a bit on the fence. She just can't make up her mind between the Ford Edge and the Ford Escape. Both offer great fuel economy, voice-activated sync technology. Both guarantee Vanessa a great deal. The truth is, Vanessa really can't go wrong if she can make up her mind.
Right now, get a Ford Edge with 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back plus $500 bonus cash.
Yep, we're going to be here a while.
2-0 out of the bullpen, making his first start of this season.
This summer, baseball's biggest event is hitting the coast.
Oh, well, I'm going out west and I belong.
The 2010 All-Star Game, live Tuesday, only on Fox.
Hey, look at that. It's the final score. The Cubs win it 7-3 over the Dodgers. Tomorrow on Fox, it's Formula One action with the British Grand Prix at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And then Tuesday night, we can't wait. It's the 2010 MLB All-Star Game live from Anaheim. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern. Next Saturday, Fox has more MLB action with regional coverage starting at 4 Eastern. You'll see either the Dodgers and the Cardinals or the Rays at the Yankees. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. For more information on today's game and the latest in Major League Baseball news, log on to foxsports.com, powered by MSN, the world's favorite sports site. For Tim McCarver, Ken Rosenthal, and Chris Rose, I'm Joe Buck. So long from Los Angeles until Tuesday night in Anaheim, the 81st MLB All-Star Game. You're watching Fox Sports. Goodbye.
So many unforgettable moments in All-Star Game history. What can we expect this year? The All-Star Game in 3 days on Fox.
The MLB All-Star Game, the World Series, Super Bowl 45, the Daytona 500, and the UEFA Champions League Final. The world's biggest events are on Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports!
It's the 91st Great Mississippi Valley Fair. Buy your $40 fun card now. Good for 6 days of free admission, 6 days of free grandstand shows in Davenport. Come see great fair entertainment on the RDA stage. Montgomery Gentry, Kelly Pickler, Dirk Bentley, ZZ Top, Eric Church, and Blake Shelton. All on the Trinity Regional Health System jumbo screen. See the Diamonds on the Kimberly Dodge Oldies stage. Buy your fun card now at Hy-Vee Food Stores, Taco Bell, and River City Connection.
And everybody's gonna be there.
You tell them where.
The Great Mississippi Valley Fair.
See you there.
Matt sells trucks, and I'm jealous because here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales event, all he really has to do is say, hey guys, did you know the F-Series is the best-selling truck in America for the last 33 years? Or, pardon me, sir, did you know the Ford Ranger's the most fuel-efficient pickup in the country? Now his job's even easier because the deals are even better. Unbelievable. Matt, how you doing? Get you anything? Latte? Nah, he's good.
Get an F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 in savings plus $1,000 bonus cash.
In other words, they're built Ford tough, right? I could do this all day.
Join Jake's tour of duty on 2.5 Men. The mission, band with your brothers.
Do you think I've been a good role model?
Are you kidding? You have different women here practically every night. You're the best role model a guy could want.
Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
He's working for the common good. He's working for Dunder Mifflin. Now they're working together.
Very cool.
Catch The Office and My Name is Earl back-to-back 5 times a week.
The Office and My Name is Earl. Weeknights starting at 10 on Fox 18.
Ericsson's award-winning collision center. The right place after a wrong turn.
The Office, 5 times a week.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
With the Iowa Lottery's Cash Bonanza, there are more different ways to win than ever before.
Oh, yeah!
So don't be surprised if you see more different winners than ever before. Cash Bonanza. What kind of winner would you be if you won?
Woohoo!
With the Iowa Lottery's Cash Bonanza, there are more different ways to win than ever before. So don't be surprised if you see more different winners than ever before. Cash Bonanza. What kind of winner would you be if you won?
Woohoo!
It's the 91st Great Mississippi Valley Fair. Buy your $40 fun card now. Good for 6 days of free admission, 6 days of free grandstand shows in Davenport. Come see great fair entertainment on the RDA stage. Montgomery Gentry, Kelly Pickler, Dirk Bentley, ZZ Top, Eric Church, and Blake Shelton. All on the Trinity Regional Health System jumbo screen. See the diamonds on the Kimberly Dodge Oldies stage. Buy your fun card now at Hy-Vee Food Stores, Taco Bell, and River City Connection.
And everybody's gonna be there.
You tell them where.
The Great Mississippi Valley Fair.
See you there.
Matt sells trucks, and I'm jealous because here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, all he really